What's going on, YouTube? Mater here. How's everybody doing tonight? I don't know, gonna give everybody a chance to get in here. I got somebody in there right now. Let me get this other. Gonna get all the pop out chat stuff taken care of. Hey, who got out there? I got 3 people watching. Hey, Froggy. Shaggy. I don't know what's yeah. It's been one of those kind of days. Of course, I know I got Crystal here. Well, you're slow on the finger and the keyboard, Shaggy. That's what it was. Getting slow in a young age. That was been doing more work on that roof. Hey, Patch, how you doing? Shaggy, I got the link up there if you want to pop in. Ah, it was them stumbling, bumbling fingers of yours. That's what it was. Okay. You know what you wanted to type, but your fingers were going, uh-uh. Uh-oh. Shaggy, your boyfriend's here. He's going, hey, sexy, I know he ain't talking to me. Don't want to be saying that to me would be Crystal. How's it going, Mike? Deconstructed any cars today? Uh-oh.
Hey, Mater. Can you hear
What's
me
up?
all right?
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
So what's been going on with you?
aside from doing that roof, not much.
Oh, now I'm
So
starting to get all notifications coming up here from YouTube.
we finally got the rest of all the OSB up, which was kind of rough, especially where that cable is on the far right corner at the end of the house.
Right.
The front fascia board
Well,
wasn't put on level, which is kind of not an issue if you're not putting the OSB over it,
right.
but butting it, as long as it's flat against the rafters, you're good to go. But the sides is where the issue is, because the way they built that cable, it wasn't out from the edge
Right.
like it should have been. It ended up right on the edge. And of course,
So basically, what you're saying is you still got a um, a fuster cluck of a roof.
oh yeah, they had two different fascias going on one side, right? And that valley that comes down and meets them, neither of them are set to where you can get an OSB board to sit flat on either side.
Jeez.
So that section of the roof was pretty much scrapped together.
Hmm. And that was the way it was done originally.
Yes.
Jeez. So what they do? Have a couple of blind roofers up there?
I'm guessing Jim and Jack. None of the rafters were plumb. None of the rafters were straight. I think the worst rafter we had today was... Okay, so at the top, you space them out, you get one 16 inches on center, right?
Right.
You're good to go. And that's from
Right.
measuring left to right. You go to the bottom, those same two rafters also going from left to right. You've got 20 inches on center or 27 inches on center.
Do what?
Yeah. Like some of those rafters going from the top to the bottom were angled at least 10 degrees.
Good grief.
So
Hey,
I
Mark.
get nailing at the top and get nailing at the bottom. I finally got the other guy to snap a line between the two nails, so I knew where to drive the nails. And get this, I was still missing the rafter. They were punching straight through.
Oh, jeez.
So
It sounds like to me that whoever, yeah, like you said, Jim and Jack, and probably a little captain in there too.
this house was built in a world where levels don't exist.
I wonder if it was the guy that was from. I'm trying to remember that Adam Sandler movie.
Steve
Mr.
Buscemi.
Deeds. I was thinking,
Steve Buscemi,
yeah,
that guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's the one that might have gotten up there to do
it
all
looks
that work.
good to me. On the bright side, on like when we put the steel down on the backside, because we did that part of the house first, we started on the back. When we
Right.
finally got the steel on and put the ridge caps on,
Yeah.
you could see how bad it was bowed. Like there was a solid 10-inch drop in the ridge cap from end to end. And we got that jacked up yesterday. We finally found the rafter that was causing that problem. And we had to put a bottle jack and 2x4 under there and jack it up,
Mm.
cut it off, and then re-nailed it using a 2x4 going from the ceiling joist to the rafter.
Yeah.
So
Well,
now it
one thing
looks
I was gonna
straight.
say, the one thing I am glad to say is the fact is at least you're getting it done correctly, the way it should have been done in the first place.
For the most part, because I say that because technically, yeah, we're doing the best we can. We're measuring, checking level. But the only way to get it done correctly is to tear out all of the rafters and rebuild it entirely.
Actually, been the best thing to do is just bulldoze the house down and rebuild from scratch.
Yeah, that too. That will
Yeah,
work. Not this house so much. The roof, definitely, yeah.
yeah.
The other rental property, yeah, that should have just been torn down and rebuilt.
Yeah, Mike's going, hey, you know, use liquid nails.
I don't think liquid nails would have worked in this situation. Hey, Mater, you
Yeah.
remember when I was going through showing that back room and showing how the drywall wasn't sitting flat?
Yeah.
Those rafters were worse than that.
Jeez.
Some were sitting an inch above the other, some were sitting an inch below.
Man, I feel for you. I mean, it's like, on my house right now, you know, back in the late 70s, we had electrical fire and it took out my old bedroom. And one thing that made it worse was the paneling that was in there. It was a fiber board. And they said that is what really helped spread that fire because the way it was manufactured, I guess the paint with it, and of course we had an electrician come out and he had to, rewire it all. But the bad part is he only rewired that part of the house and not everything else like it should have been. And yeah, I see you there, Patrick. How's it going? Um, and right now I've been eliminating uh, a lot of the wiring in the house because, like, the way it was all set up was the living room, the dining room, and kitchen is all on the same breaker as the front bedroom, the bathroom, and my room right now, all on a 20 amp breaker running aluminum wire.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
No,
like it'll end well.
but everything else they run it running Romex for. And the bad part is it's the breaker box that the guy wound up using. Federal Pacific. That company's out of business. You can't even buy a Federal Pacific breaker box anymore. They're gone. And the only way to get the breakers is you can go to Home Depot and get them. I wound up getting I had to replace one. $40 for a single pole 20 amp breaker.
Yeah,
Brand
that's kind of pricey. The
Brand
mistake
new.
we made, when we were working on the backside,
Yeah.
we had one or two boards that didn't want to line up, so we just ran nailers, and then it smoothed out, and it went
Right.
pretty smooth. And we thought, and that's where we made the mistake. We assumed the rest of the roof was going to go just as smooth. Nope.
Bad idea
Okay.
on that. Bad thinking on your part.
Sad thing is, a lot of this water damage from on the roof is because the tenants never cleaned their gutters.
Oh.
I mean, yesterday when I put, because we got to the end, and so we had to move the ladder to the end, and I put the ladder up against it, and we're tearing off the old sheeting, the plywood, the shingles, and
Right.
that gutter came crashing down.
Oh.
I mean, it completely ripped out the fascia board, the gutter itself separated from the downspout. I mean, it is like, I'm thankful I wasn't on the ladder at the time.
Hey, Gary. And what's real funny is, you talking about the gutter and everything. You've been hearing me talking about that one order we got at work for 10.5 million screws.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, those are the screws that you use to put gutters together with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're painting them for this order here. It's all white, and I was doing the math. It's almost 18 pallets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of screws.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the gutters, the soffits. Oh, get this. I'm not sure if I told you this, but normally when people build houses, the soffits will be like 8 inches on the side at most, if they
Right.
have side soffits, and up to 12 inches on the front and back.
Right.
The soffits on this house, 24 inches full surround with no ventilation.
Oh, geez.
So every part of that roof on the sides is just sagging. And apparently putting on the new OSB didn't fix it.
Yeah, I know I've got some work I still got to do because, I wound up having Lowe's come out and put a new roof on my house. And they were going, well, we can do with, OSB. I'm going, no, 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 no. You ain't putting that crap up there. I want plywood. I want half-inch plywood. Because, I mean, I can save some money by having the OSB, but I've dealt with that stuff in the past and knowing that if it gets wet, it's going to swell up. The glue's all going to start coming loose, and it's totally trash. And it's like,
Jeez, what a
no,
bad idea.
I want plywood up there, and I wound up spending the extra money instead of tar paper. I had him use that better, like a house wrap and everything. And I went with a much better shingle. They were showing me everything, and it's like I picked out, Alpine white. Okay, fine, that's what I want. They're going, why do you want Alpine white? And I'm going, well, think about it. Here in Texas, summers here are pretty damn hot. I mean, right now we're still in the mid 90s. Okay, and it's a common fact is white repels heat. Your darker colors are going to absorb it. So it's like, yeah, in summertime, I'm going to want that white to be reflecting as much heat as I can.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, and they, when I explained it to the guy about that, he goes, "That makes sense." I said, and I guarantee that most people are going to get like a charcoal or a red or something like that. He goes, "Yeah, most people get like a dark color." I go, "Yeah," and that's why their house is so damn hot because the darker color will absorb more heat in a Texas, especially in a Texas summer.
Mm-hmm.
No, that I'm being
New
sarcastic.
Yorkers don't have to worry about that crap.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't, because you don't get that damn hot up there.
Believe it or not, my house had 6 layers of roof when they did mine this spring, and when I took off those 6 layers, my house was actually cooler.
Oh, really?
Well, what do you expect? They had 6 layers up there. It couldn't breathe.
Well, it depends upon how everything else was. I mean, if you had the correct ventilation and everything, yeah, it's gonna be a lot cooler. It should. I mean, hell, I've got an attic fan put up on one end, so that's sucking all the damn air, the heat and everything out. And it's set up on a thermostat that only comes on at a certain temperature. And when it drops below that,
I've got one of those. I've got one of those wind turbines that blow.
Yep.
And
that's what the turbine's supposed to do. It's supposed to suck all the hot air out. As far as, I don't know, with you inside the house, there's probably a lot of hot air in there to begin with.
No, not hardly.
And Brandon, I don't know where Cajun's at. He ain't popped in here. Maybe he's taking that nap. Especially after last night on Ed's channel.
That's what I did yesterday. As soon as I got home yesterday, I laid my head down and slept for a solid 7 hours.
I came home and I was watching. I didn't get off work till almost 7:15 last night. Got home, came in, and did a few things, and then turned YouTube on in the bedroom on my laptop. I started watching uh, the biker channel I watch, and I'm sitting there or laying down watching everything. Had that green cup in my left hand, and next thing I know is my pants are starting to get wet because I started falling asleep right there, and that thing fell over. Then of course I was like, okay, I'm awake now. Got me some coffee. I was good. And of course, then I started watching the Toogles.
Yeah, nothing's like no, when they tore off my roof, let me see. It had the original 2 layers of cedar shake up there. There was a layer of a red layer of slate roof over that. The old-fashioned slate.
Right.
And then 3 layers of asphalt on top of that.
Well, why'd you have that many layers up there?
I didn't put them up there.
Well, who did?
I don't know.
Hey, Steven, hopefully you're doing good today. I seen them pictures of your shoulders, like, ow. Man, I'd hate to be you going through a metal detector at the airport. Y'all see them pictures of Steven on Facebook? Jeez.
I don't use Facebook, so no.
Man, he showed the x-ray of his right arm. I mean, basically from the shoulder, almost, about 3/4 of the way down? Nothing but pins and screws and plate and everything. Like, geez.
Yeah, that's gotta be rough.
Yeah.
I got a steel plate in my jaw.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Where'd you get that from?
I got that when I was a kid.
Who'd you piss off at that time?
I don't piss off anybody.
Wrong answer.
Nah, I don't piss people off.
So what happened to get, where you had to have that?
When you fall off a roof, it kind of fucks you up.
Well, it's not the fall that does it. It's the sudden stop at the bottom. That's what hurts and does damage. I can guarantee you were fine up on the roof. You were fine falling down. It's the sudden stop is what did it, right?
I don't know. I don't remember it. I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
It was when they were evacuating us from they were evacuating everybody from the flood, and my father cut a hole in the roof, and my mother didn't have a hold of me, and I fell off the roof.
Ah.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta go put chickens away.
All right. Yeah, I was working at CVS. I started getting into where I was going to be working with the maintenance department. And the guy asked me, he says, "Are you afraid of heights?" He says, "No." Why? He says, "Well, part of the job will require you to get on the elevators or the cranes that, go up, several levels." I go, "I don't have a problem going, getting on something like that. I don't have a problem, going up to high places. What I have a problem with is it's not the fall that bothers me. It's that sudden stop at the bottom. That hurts." He just laughed at it. Hey, Wayne, how you doing? Yeah, I'll probably have to go inside the house, or maybe if Crystal's still watching, maybe I can sweet talk her into bringing me my phone. And I know I need another pack, because this one's only got one more in it. I know I've got one still in there. But yeah, I don't know why Cajun's not here. Uh-oh. Briggs decided to bug out. Oh, speak of the devil. Did you finally wake up from that nap?
I wasn't sleeping. I was working.
Ah,
I was working
yep,
behind the scenes. Who was it? Brandon said, "Where's Cajun?"
yep,
What's up, everybody? How y'all are?
yep. So what did you think about last night on Ed's stream?
Boy, they were roasting you big time.
Yep. And what'd you think about? Hey, what'd you think about when I popped up on screen?
Oh yeah, well you gotta jump up in there and roast yourself a little bit too.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, when he brought me up and everything, I had the jacket on with the hood and everything on. I'm going,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
like,
cold. I
I'm
need
cold.
some more heat.
Yeah,
I
roast
need,
me
I
some
need more
more.
roasting.
Roast me some more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
Mike,
I'm
Gary,
not
Chris,
done yet.
Brandon, Wayne, Steve in the house. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, Briggs, what's up? I mean, that's not Briggs. That's
And
Jack.
Brandon. Yeah. Yeah,
I
Briggs.
thought
He
he
popped
was up
out.
there, wasn't it? He was up there, wasn't it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
was listening. I couldn't see, but I was listening.
He's having a hard time. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he must be out the Audi.
But of course,
You ain't got that thing sold yet?
they haven't come up with the money yet. When they come up with the money, I'll sell it.
Yeah.
They keep trying to say that their check is good, and I said I ain't taking a personal check.
Yep. I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah, that was Monday.
Yeah.
Bank was closed.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yesterday.
Well, they're
today.
still trying to say they can't trade. Yeah, I already told them that they could transfer the money. They said they can't do it, and I says, okay, whatever. You must not want bad enough,
Yep. They don't. If they really want it, they're going to find a way of doing it. Hey Anna, how you doing? But yeah, like I said, as far as last night goes, like I say, he was doing all that. I'm going, okay, and before I even came up on Pound Man, I'm just sitting here laughing. It's like, okay, good. I'm enjoying this. But I mean, that's what it's for. I mean, it's to have fun.
Oh yeah.
I remember there was that one on there when Ed was trying to roast Kyle and everything. And I have no idea who that lady was. Man, she was giving Ed an earful. And he was going, uh, 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 and he just had a hard time getting a word in edgewise because she was tearing him a new one. Hey, Brandon.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Tractor Supply. They stay open. They stay open till like 9 o'clock during the summer.
Yep, that's true.
No, I think everybody's had that some experience at one time or another. Oh, we want to buy your car and we'll give you this stupid price for it, and then, but then when it comes down to brass tacks, they're talking out their ass. I think everybody's had that happen to them once or twice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've had people come up, you pull up, oh man, I want your truck, and you say money talks, bullshit walks, and you give them this, and you give them a stupid price. Oh, I'll pay that, and then 3 or 4 days later, they make every excuse under the sun. I think
Yep.
it happens to all of us. In other words, I call bullshit,
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I had a '93 Dodge about 4 years ago. I wound up selling, and but yeah, I do for a fact, have the price up high because it's easier to come down than it is to go up.
Well,
And
I know I know that. The woman that actually tried to, woman, her husband today tried coming down $3,000. I says, you told me one price. I'm not coming down $3,000.
No. And as far as like on that truck, I think I came down maybe 500 on the price, and that was it. I mean, the thing was just sitting there. It was just, having the grass grow up in it and everything. I had no use for it. And it's like, hey, that helped me get some bills paid off, help pay for my next cruise. Okay, fine. That was just, extra money I had right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it had the Cummins turbo diesel in it. Okay. Well.
Yeah, the engine was worth more than the truck.
But the thing about it is as far as the fuel mileage, I mean, that truck had a lot of power. Oh, don't get me wrong there. That diesel, oh God, that thing had a lot of power to it. But fuel mileage wise, no, it was not the most economical vehicle I had. Okay. And my motorcycle I've got, okay, I'm getting anywhere from 45, 50 miles to the gallon with it. Okay. That's the only reason why I love being on the motorcycle, because fuel economy. Okay. I had my other truck, which I've still got, but it's got 318 in it. Okay, fine. I don't use it for doing a lot of pulling with or hauling, but that thing there definitely has got a lot more. It's got a better fuel economy in it than that Cummins did. So like, fine. I'm not going to be driving that truck. So someone, was like, okay, fine. I can sell it, get some extra money. That's what I did.
Well, it's like my neighbor down the street. He used to have a big, he had the Ford diesel, and he had a big camper.
Right.
After he sold it, him and his wife had it for years, and when he got 80, he sold the camper. He says they couldn't physically set it up anymore and that, and
Right.
it's just too much. It was a big fifth wheel on that, and he had trouble seeing it back there. So they sold that. And he bought a pop-up camper. Worked perfect, a little pop-up. And they sold the big diesel and bought an F-150. And this kid said, well, why would you do that? You had that big monster machine that could pull that thing blindfolded. And he said the same thing. He said, we're on Social Security. That's it. We live on $3,000 a month.
Right.
And when your daily driver gets 9 miles to the gallon, and you kind of rethink, well, you should have bought a second car. But then he said, we're 80 years old. The only place we go is the grocery store, or out to lunch, out to dinner, and most of the time, or if we go and they go camping all summer long. They literally get a campsite all summer long. And he says that pop up, you can pull that with a Chevy Impala.
Yep. Hey, small town, how you doing? And what's wrong, Mike? What you from? But yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I don't see a need to have. I mean, if you're going to have, a big old truck, getting 8-9 miles a gallon, and all you're going to be doing is pull a pop-up camper that doesn't weigh that much, you don't need, a big, say, 1 ton or bigger pickup. You can get by with a little half-ton truck like that F-150. That's going to get a lot better fuel mileage.
Your motorcycle could pull a pop-up on a flat piece of ground.
Yeah. And matter of fact, I've got the hitch and everything. I'm going to be putting on the trike. Here comes dinner.
And that is your last pack of cigarettes.
I've got another pack that's still open in there. I'll look for it. Thank you.
Yep.
No, you could. You could do it around here, but but I bet you there's a lot of campgrounds even around. I mean, if you could do it.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Bye guys.
Now, and that's one thing I've been talking to Crystal about is whether or not I'm going. Now, that's one thing I'm trying and decide on whether or not I get a little camping trailer or do I get a cargo trailer. to pull behind the trike. Okay, I've got tents, I've got all the camping gear and everything. In fact, you find me a decent size cargo trailer, no problem. But the only problem with that is, okay, then I gotta get everything out and get tent and everything set up. Basically get everything set up. Whereas with the camping trailer I've been looking at, it's all right there. It's unfold and everything, and it's like boom, everything's right there.
They make a pop-up camper for more just for those strikes.
Yeah, I know.
But that's what they did. But yeah, his kid got mad because he sold that big diesel, and he says, I mean, he was driving around town, and that they were spending over $50 a week. He said that's $250 a month. When you're on a fixed income, you don't need that. And
Right.
even it wasn't so much he couldn't afford it. It wasn't that he couldn't afford it. He said, I don't need the gas hog. I mean the diesel hog. And he says,
Right.
and there's a lot of gas stations that don't sell diesel.
True. Hey, Jeremy.
Not down here.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Another reason why I got rid of that '93 Dodge is because where I was working at, it was like 53 miles one way. Okay, I'd burn up almost quarter of a tank a day in that truck going to and from work. Shut up.
Oh, I bet you were spending $100, $150 a week.
It was about, at the time, it was about $80, $85 a week just to fill up. And that was on, if I filled up on Sunday, Thursday evening, I'm going back to get more fuel.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. So, like I said, that was another reason why I got rid of, it's like I stopped driving it.
Yeah, that would be pricey on the gas tank. I mean, the wallet.
Right. And like I said, for me, no, I don't need that. So, like I said, that's why I wound up getting that. I got a 97, well, half-ton club cap, 318 in it. Okay, fine. That much better fuel mileage.
Yeah. But a ball your opponents will all pop up. A 318
Right.
will do that just fine.
Oh yeah. And like I said, now with that trike and everything, I found it's I'm trying to remember the name of it right now. They've got one, and you can put a king. I think it's a king size bed in it, little king size air mattress in it, and you've got the sleeping area. Then you've got one area that is for where you got your table, and you put like a couple of camping chairs inside of it, sit down and eat, whatever. And then you've got another section that folds out that it actually is like a like a little porch, and all this is all enclosed. Okay.
Oh, Coleman makes a mini pop-up camper that literally sleeps four.
Right.
That weighs less than 600 pounds. That I think it's like $3,200. It's a little tiny thing. When it's fully folded up, it's like 6x3. When it opens up, it's like 8x12. It's
Right.
It's amazing.
But here's the thing: Coleman no longer makes camping trailers. They have not made one in about 20 years. As far as a pop-up camper.
Since when? Why'd they stop making them? You see them with Coleman on them all over the place.
Yeah. No, like I
Well,
said, they're probably around 20 years old. Now, why they stopped making them, I have no idea. But
I
yeah,
just know they were a nice little camper for sure.
oh
Buddy
yeah,
of mine had one. Well, two friends of mine had each one, and I built the table, rebuilt the table in his farm, and he loved it. He loved that table. It was bigger.
Yep.
You put more dishes or whatever. And what it done, it just stuck out a little bit. You know how you take the table, pick that table itself up, knock the
leg out.
yeah, the legs out, set it down, and it makes a bed for two.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the only thing with this one is it was just longer. It stuck out longer into the kitchen part, you know, where the stove's at, the kitchen
Right.
part.
Yeah.
All one room really, but except for the little bathroom. And
And I was told that Coleman no longer makes a little camper. That's what I was told.
no idea. I just know these were old and about 20
Right.
years ago too.
I know.
Well,
I know. I know. It's. I know a lot of people. They like the mattresses used to come. They used to come with those pop up or shit. A buddy of mine and his wife had one, and he just plain. They just plain took the camper the mattress out, tossed them out because they were just basically foam, and they put in air mattresses. He said the air mattresses work better than the damn
Yep.
original.
the original.
What's up, 710?
Well, 710. I guess I'm gonna have to look in on that because the one that I've been looking at to get everything the way I like it, I was looking at about $6,500. Now Coleman does make one. Okay, fine. Now the only problem I can see with having that Coleman is I know for a fact that it's a lot wider than the one that I'm looking at getting, because the one I'm looking at getting, I think it's about 4 foot wide, so it's just a little bit wider than the trike. Okay, so now if I go to like a regular pop-up camper like Coleman, then the only other problem I'm going to have is it being wider. It's going to be catching a lot more wind drag, because most of those Coleman campers, they were designed to pull behind a car, which is a lot wider.
And
So
taller.
right, and the car's taller and everything, so it doesn't catch as much wind. Now behind the trike, that's a different story. But they do have campers that are designed to pull behind a motorcycle, where they're more streamlined.
Yeah. The one looks like a torpedo, like almost like a long canoe.
Right. Now I could get a teardrop camper to pull behind the motorcycle. Okay, where you've got the very front and everything, you've got the sleeping area, then in the very back, you open up the lid and everything. That's where you got your dining out. Okay, but here's the only thing is you can't stand up in it.
No,
If you want, right?
not really.
Right. You basically crawl in there. You can sit up, whatever, but you've got
It's more or less meant for sleeping, and that's it.
right.
You
Now,
know, or
as far
sleeping activity.
right.
There was a guy that made his own little pop up camper to tow behind his bicycle. There's a guy made a YouTube video on it. It's kind of cool.
Yep.
And he made it in a way to where when he set the camper up, this little camper he made, he disconnected the pop-up he disconnected the bike, and he had like an area where he slid his bike underneath his bed, so they literally have to pull him out of the bed to steal his bike.
Right.
Damn.
But he
Like I
did
said,
that
for me,
because he don't
right.
trust people.
Right. So, like I said, for me, yeah, I could, now if I was going out with my little Dodge Caliber, okay, now yeah, I could put a hitch on that. I'm still looking for one. I got at the junkyard because I know they're out there. I can get a much better deal at junkyard for that receiver hitch and the wiring harness than I can buy anything new. Is it a high priority right now? No. That's why I haven't gone and done it yet. Is it a high priority for me getting that receiver hitch put on my trike? Well, right now I don't have the trike here. It's still sitting up in Farmer's Branch getting worked on. So that's not a high priority.
What's wrong with the trike?
The drive pulley that the belt rides on, it started sitting there wiggling, and you can see on there it was making the noise. And dealership said that the bearing for that housing and everything has gone bad. And that's what made that pulley do that. So they're trying to get everything covered under warranty right now. That way, it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg. Because
Right.
if I had to pay for it, I'm looking at about $1,000 just to get it all fixed. They're trying to get it through warranty where I pay very little or nothing.
Yeah, I hear you.
And
Yeah,
I tell you,
that's what
now,
I liked about my.
I was going to say, now that kind of motorcycle dealership, that's the kind that wants to take care of their customers.
Yeah, I was thinking to say that's what I liked about Alex Sterling Marine down here in Lafayette. I bought a brand new outboard, a Johnson 88 SPL.
Yep.
And a little over a year and a month, one of the power packs failed, and it caused the alternator to blow.
Yep.
And that I think I know why, but and that would have been on me, okay. But I still came back in on one bank, on 2 cylinders, and I had the boat loaded. My buddy's kids. We were going to the camp. My shrimp net, it was opening day. The next day was opening day, or 2 days later, opening day of shrimp season. And we were going to my house out in the marsh. And you couldn't get there by car. You had to get there by boat. It was like a 5-6 mile boat ride. Not far after the landing, half the motor takes a dump. Half of the outboard motor. So I get back in. I get it on the trailer. I bring it to the dealership. I go to my buddy's house that's in with the camp with me. I hook up to his boat, a flat bottom boat at that little 15, 16-foot flat boat.
Right.
Some people call them John boats or whatever. We just call them flats down here. And he had a 35 Evinrude on the back, or a Johnson. So I put my doors, my net, all that in the boat, all my ice chests. Get the kids in there, my buddy's kids, bring all in to the camp, because I had a 21-foot V hull, okay, with that 100 horse on the back. Well, that's an 88, but it was like 94 horses at the prop.
Right.
I had to make 2 trips to get them to the camp instead of 1 trip in my big boat. Opening day comes up. We go out there with shrimping, and we are in the shrimp. And I guess everybody else, there was a lot of people that didn't hardly catch anything. And I've seen that happen for opening day already, where you don't catch a lot. But where I was at in that little cove, man, I guess the shrimp were just piled up in there, and I caught plenty of crabs too, so I had plenty of seafood. I sold a bunch of shrimp at my camp.
Yep.
They was wanting to know, hey, how'd you do? I did real good. I got like 8 ice chests. What? Man, we didn't even give a half. Can I buy some from you? Sure. $100 ice chest. There you go.
Yep.
But bring your own ice chest though.
Yep.
So I thought I had made enough money to get my outboard out of the dealership. I go over there, and they said, no charge. We covered it under warranty for you. Even though you was out of warranty, we covered it. I said, all right, here y'all. Hey, I said, y'all go get an ice chest at the showroom floor. They went and got a big old 70 quart. I had a 60 quart ice chest full of shrimp and ice. I said, here y'all go. Y'all enjoy. Thank y'all very much. No, thank you. I gave my ice chest.
I would have gave the damn ice chest.
Well, I would have let him have it, and I'd have picked it up in a week or 2 later, But they had plenty of ice chests at the dealership. They just got one off the showroom floor. They cleaned it up real good and put it back.
Well, the way I look at it, for what you pay for them, to me, I mean, it's like I'm running into that with my Impala.
I didn't pay but like $14 for a 60. Oh no, it was more than that. I think that was a 60 quart. I think it was about $18 for that ice chest 30 years ago. So Yeah, I could have gave them the ice chest and then just not worried about it because man, they did about I want to say about $700-800 worth of work on that damn thing. The
Well,
alternator
it's
was
like
gone. They changed both power packs, the harness, and all that. Oh yeah,
me. They make me my dealer for my car. If I say something's wrong with it, they charge you $100 to make sure that's what's wrong with it. If that's what's wrong with it is wrong with it, they don't charge you.
Yep.
I said, why should I pay you to diagnose my car? And the one time they said my alternator wasn't bad, but I know it was. And they refused to honor it. They said, well, if you don't give us the money, you're not getting your keys. I went out there and started the car, and they said, how in the hell did you do that? You think I only got one damn set of keys? Only an idiot has one set of keys.
yeah, that's right.
Well,
Hey,
I,
I
like
got
this.
a- I got a
I know
story.
on mine that the one thing I do like about with this dealership is the fact that not only do they come pick it up for free, they said they'll even bring it back to me at no charge.
Huh?
So that means I don't have to worry about making the hour drive up there, getting it picked up, and then the hour drive back home. They're going to bring it to me.
What year is it?
The trike, 2012.
I haven't. Oh, you bought it used.
Yeah.
That's yeah, but if it's under warranty, that's a damn good warranty you got.
Yep.
Good
It
evening.
was.
What's up, Brian, my brother?
Good
What's
evening, fellas. How y'all doing?
Yeah, I mean, because when I wound up getting it, I mean, they were giving me a 2-year powertrain with a 0 deductible, and then I've got a 3-year warranty on the tires and wheels with a $50 deductible. And they say if I'm going down the road and say I'm hitting a pothole or something and it damages the front rim, okay, and so it tears up the front rim and tire and all that stuff, I'm going to get a brand new tire and a brand new rim for $50.
Nice.
Okay, that front rim alone, I think, is about $500. I've seen a set of all 3 tires for the trike on eBay for like a grand. Yeah, $1,000 for 3 rims.
Oh, it's ridiculous what tires and wheels cost for cars.
Yeah, you all see how much it costs for motorcycles.
Yeah. Try buying run flats and see how you like that.
Yeah. Well, up like this, I looked on eBay. I found the front tire to fit my wide glide, $125. Okay, and I'm lucky if I get 15,000 miles out of one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a set of run flats will run you probably starting out at $1,800 for 4 of them.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Breezy. But yeah,
Well, it's like airlines. It's like airlines for semi trucks.
Mm-hmm.
but now the one thing I do like about with the trike is the fact the rear tires, I can go to any tire shop and get 2 tires because they're passenger car tires.
Yeah.
So if I want one, I can go over here to my local Walmart. I can go down, the next block over to my local little used tire shop, and I can get some there. Or I can go to almost any used tire shop around town. I can get 2 tires in the back of that trike.
I do tires by convenience. I don't sell tires to make money. I sell tires just for convenience of my customer.
Right.
If they're there and we find they need them and they're getting other work done, I say, well, the car's here. I can put a couple tires on it. Unless, of course, it's all-wheel drive, then, hey, I can sell you all 4 tires and mount them and balance them. But, understanding that I'm not going to be able to give you the kind of nationwide warranty that you can get at your discount or American Tire or Les Schwab or, wherever wherever in the United States you're at. So.
Oh,
What's up, Renegade?
Yeah, what's up,
Yeah,
Renegade?
people don't realize with all-wheel drive, you got to change them as a set.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But now the one thing I do like
Subarus.
about with the trike is that front tire Yeah, it's going to cost me probably about $200 for it. But that one tire alone, I'll get anywhere from 30 to 35,000 miles out of it. And that tire was almost brand new when I got it. And
Yeah.
I got, let's see, trike had 31,000 miles on it. I'm running out 39. So I've got a long way to go before I got to get another front tire for it. Now, the White Glide, no, like I said, I'm lucky if I get 15,000 miles out of it before it's totally worn out.
I've got to replace all the tires on my pickup. They came, I mean, the tires themselves are in decent shape, but the rims are curb racked to hell.
Right.
And that kind of puts a strain on the sidewalls of the tires. If it's damaged too much, the sharp edges can actually dig in.
Mm-hmm.
So all four wheels are getting replaced, the tires and the rims, which is going to suck because I got to do brakes also all the way around.
Yeah, I just got done putting 6 tires on my truck, and it's not even a dually. I replaced the spare because it was the original from '99. And then when I put the camper on it, I realized, hey, I can't get the spare down when the camper's on the truck. So I went on eBay and found another steel rim. You know, the truck's got aluminum rims on it, but I found another steel rim. And I found a wheel mount that goes in a 2-inch hitch. And I put one of those front hitches on the truck. So now whenever I put the camper on, I just slide the front hitch or the front carrier on it and put the front spare on it and carry it with me.
Yep.
Look like one of them Land Cruisers or one of them Toyota out there in the Outback in Australia with the spare tire by the front grill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And see, Renegade, yeah, he's correct. Yeah, that White Glide of mine, it does have that skinny front tire on it, but it's got a big wide one in the back.
Yeah,
now,
like
I'll admit that rear tire, now I'll probably change out 2 front tires to every 1 rear.
Right.
Now, why'd you buy a trike instead of a regular one?
What I get a trike for?
Yeah.
Well, for one thing, I like going on cruises, okay? And the trike has got a trunk, it's got a tour pack on it, it's got a luggage rack, okay? You're not going to be able to pack enough luggage on my White Glide with a passenger going down to Galveston for a 7-day cruise. I can't on the trike.
You just wear the same clothes all week.
I feel a lot more comfortable and safer on the trike with a passenger than do on the White Glide.
Yeah.
Why? Because like my uncle's got a Goldwing. His side bags are basically suitcases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a couch on wheels.
Well, I mean, the Tri-Glide, that is your Cadillac version of the Harley. And I do love the fact that, you know, I can go down the highway, set the speedometer 75, 80, and I just kick back and it's like, I'm just going down the highway like this, just enjoying the scenery and just relaxing. I ain't going to be able to do that on the White Glide. And like I said, I feel a lot more comfortable and safer on that having a passenger, because I did go on a trip one time, like an overnight trip with somebody one time on the White Glide. And I damn near dumped the bike down because I was making a slow turn to the left and my foot slipped and we damn near went over. Luckily, I was able to catch it in time.
Dang.
But yeah, if I'd been, you know, if that'd been the trike, wouldn't have to worry about it. I mean, I'll admit, I've been catching hell from them with the ministry and everything. I don't care. Okay? And I put it like this. Right now, the president of the motorcycle ministry I'm with, okay, twice now, we've gone somewhere. His wife rides with him. Okay, first time it was kind of cool out. Okay, he doesn't have a windshield on his bike.
Mm.
She did. There was about 6 of us. Okay, she came over to me and says, "I'm gonna ride with you," and she's done that twice because she
So-
knows that she can feel she can feel safer and comfortable riding on my trike than with anybody else.
So that's why the ministry was giving you some flack, because
No, they were trying to say that you get too old, you can't hold up a 2-wheel bike. No, that ain't.
okay. They're giving you
Right.
flack on the just because you
Right.
was on the trike. Okay.
Right.
All
But like I said, simple fact is
Yep,
that
Marco's on.
I go to Galveston. I've been on cruises. Okay. I got that so that way the girlfriend I had at the time, that she and I could hop on the bike. We could head down to Galveston, and because we had a cruise that was going to be coming up and everything. That way, like I said, we could pack luggage and everything in the trunk, tour pack, and everything else for a week-long cruise and still have room. Chris and I, we did that when we went to the DOH rally. That was like 4 days. Man, we had no problem, packing, putting stuff on there. We had room left over.
What's up,
I
Jamie?
mean, we had no, it's not a geezer glide.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
Geezer glide.
I like that.
Hey, you can rag on me all you want. I don't care.
No, I'm not
okay?
ragging on you. I just
Nader.
like you gotta admit the term. It's kind of cool when the way he says.
I know.
Speaking of Geezer Glide, how are the downtown?
Geezer glide. That's an original. You gotta get. Of course, I'm looking at a guy here that's doing a pre-trip. He's got a headlight out and he left the lights on in his car. Boy, that's a good pre-trip.
All right. All right. Now I'll put it like this: has anybody ever priced a Tri-Glide?
Nope.
Okay. You go out there, you get your Road King or any of the other touring bikes. You're looking at about anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000. Okay. Then say you step up to the Tri-Glide, you're looking anywhere from $45,000 to $50,000, and that's in black. You go to add on the other stuff like what I've got on mine, then you're looking at about $55,000 to $60,000 for a bike.
Oh,
It's designed for comfort. Like I said, it's a Cadillac version of a Harley. And like I said, I got it for the comfortability and safety. Because like I said, it's got a lot wider front tire than my Wide Glide does.
I seen somebody put electric glide up there earlier. They was saying something about a lot of room for storage room and stuff.
Yeah, electric glides, yeah, you've got room.
I had a buddy of mine, he had one, another buddy of mine, he had one, but guess what? They all got the single seaters. You know how
Right.
much the double seat and all that and racking up cost for them things to carry somebody behind you?
Well, they come from the factory that way. They've already got a
Well, they got a few that come, yeah, but you if you buy your single seater, okay, it's a lot cheaper than your
Oh, yeah.
double seater.
But now the electric glide, okay, that's one of your big touring bikes. Okay,
Mhm.
you can get them with the hard saddlebags. You can get them with the tour pack and the luggage rack. Okay, fine. But you still don't have the room and capacity of the trunk area like you do on the Tri-Glide. That's the only thing is you've got a lot more room.
Oh, I don't see nothing. Hey, if I found one at the right price, I'd buy it.
And like I said, for me, I got this one at a real good price. It was I think 19.7 is what I got it for. And they actually had a one that was 2 years newer, same paint job. Okay. The only difference is between the two was the 14, instead of a hand parking brake, which is on the right hand side of the brake of the bike, they put a foot operated on the left hand side, and then your stereo was a little bit newer. Okay, and it was definitely a lot different. Okay, had built-in GPS and everything compared to 2012. Well, on my Tri-Glide that I got, there was already over $4,000 in upgrades that the previous owner had done to it, including a Harley Davidson Garmin system that I found the box and everything for in the trunk with everything. Just a Harley Davidson Garmin system was $700. That does not include the installation of it by the dealership. So we're thinking about another, $200-300, say $1,000, just for having that system installed. But that doesn't include the extra bags, the rails that are on the fenders, the gas cap cover that was changed out. So was the derby cover, the cam cover. All that was aftermarket Harley Davidson. My little side bags I've got on there, they're like $450 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, yeah, whoever had this bike before me, they spent about $4,000 because I talked to a dealership and asked them about all that. Yeah, he said, yeah, by the time you buy all that and have it installed, you're looking at about between $4,000 and $5,000.
Well, obviously, the minute you add Harley Davidson onto anything, it drives the price up, considerably.
Right.
No.
And then if you add the dealer who spends the big money on what's that Harley training they go through? I forgot what the name of that is.
Harley training? You mean mechanical training?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all the mechanics go through special training.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's yes. Yeah, especially for their product.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine went through that, I want to say about 10 years ago. And it was at, and it's only so many times a year. It depends on when you sign up for it or whatever to go to it. It depends on if they got one coming up. Just so happened you got lucky and there's one like 2 weeks away, or sometimes you got to wait a month. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know it's Harley. Yeah, they send their techs out to get it's not really training, but it's more of a refamiliarizing yourself.
Yeah, like a seminar.
Right, kind of like a little seminar and everything. Make sure that you're up to date and everything. Sounds like some of them got some brakes that need to be fixed.
That's, yeah, that's on Brick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Briggs.
He's right by his truck.
Actually, brakes squeal like that. Normal. That's normal.
But that's the one thing that, yeah, Harley will send out their techs and everything for making sure that they are they're updated on everything that's out there. Make sure they've got the training.
No, everyone thinks that's crazy. Just because they squeal. It's been raining here all day, so that's normal.
Yeah, Redline. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, Harley Davidson is hundreds of dollars. That's what someone had told me years ago. Yep.
Yeah,
well, for me, like I said, I prefer. I'll take the Tri-Glide. Yeah, I mean it's a very comfortable bike.
I'll be back.
Thanks for the warning. So Brian, what's been going on with you out there in the shake and bake state?
Oh man, I'm just trying to find a shop.
Yeah, I was going to ask you earlier, how's that adventure coming along?
It's coming. It's
Got any,
it's just a matter of finding a place, and the problem is all the places I'm looking at aren't zoned for auto repair. So now I'm in the motions. I've got a appointment tomorrow with a guy to look at possibly buying a location.
Yeah, you were in the market for one not long ago. You said.
Well, I haven't really been in the market to buy. And what kills me is the place that's for sale. The guy that's month to month is an electrical guy, and I know him. Well, I don't know him personally, but I've used his shop before for electrical issues if it's just over my head. And it would kill me to kick him out. But the other guy has got a lease for a year, so there's nothing I can do with him for a year.
Right, he's under. Yeah, you got a contract on that.
And the other
Hey, Renegade, are you talking about? Are you asking? Is the Tri-Glide hard to get used to riding? All right, go on, Brian.
And the other problem is it's $1.5 million. So.
Wait, how much?
$1.5 million.
1.5. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought I heard you say that.
So we will. I've got an appointment tomorrow with a guy that specializes in SBA, Small Business Association, loans and stuff, and veterans loans, and we'll see how that takes off.
Well, I wish you the best of luck on that.
Yeah, I'm really not. Like I said, I'm really not in the. I'm really resistant as far as buying right now, but if it's my only out, it's my only out.
Right. Here comes Briggs again. He must keep losing signal in that car.
No, I have to AVR.
Ah.
I'm in the truck. You got to AVR the truck.
He's in an international.
Sorry about kind of stepping over, Brian, but like I said, I was just trying to find out what it was that Renegade was wanting to find out about.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine, man. No problems.
That and I had to go chew out the driver that was going to try and pull on my lot with a headlight out, and I asked him what he's doing. He said it's just a headlight, and I said, yeah, and you're also supposed to be a professional class CDLA big rig truck driver.
But
I don't think they train the drivers like they used to back in, when I got my Class A license. I think they.
This guy's my age. He's 50s. He should know, but these guys don't give a shit. The guy up where I dropped, one guy, he keeps dropping trailers and leaving the landing gear handle sticking out, and I'm like, seriously? I caught him one day, and I was pulling in next to him. And when you're pulling these lots, they're narrow, so you have to pull in between two trailers. And I had to stop. I rolled on Monday. Hey, you want to put your damn landing gear back up? His answer was, "Show me respect. Show me respect." I called him he called me a cracker. I said, "Well, this cracker at least knows how to put a landing gear back, you chink."
Dude, it takes what, a second to put the fucking handle back?
He said, then he went inside and said I was being disrespectful to him. They had to tell him to put the handle down. I said I had to get out. When I got to get out of my truck and do your job, he said, that ain't my job. Your job is to lower the landing gear and put the handle back in.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, Gary's saying let DOT pull him over for it.
They can't do, DOT ain't going to do shit on a private lot.
No, I'm saying if he's going down the road and you still got to step out.
No, he won't do that. But what happens is then these yard dogs pick up the trailers, break off the landing gear because they're pulling it out, and then they put it on a door. Guess whose door ends up getting that? 3 times one week I got a broken handle from this same guy.
Actually, I think Gary's talking about the headlight issue.
Oh, DOT won't do nothing. It's nighttime. There's no DOT open at night around here.
No, I'm saying let DOT pull him over for it.
They're not open at night. You'll never see a DOT out and up here at night.
So y'all don't have scales up there?
They're not open at night.
Really?
No.
Damn. Sure is different than down here in South Louisiana or Louisiana,
they're-
Texas. Man,
they're-
there's
they're-
scales open unless you see a sign, scales and closed. Okay,
Yeah.
that's when you can.
Yeah, that's
you
the
know,
same way here in
that's when you
California.
can run the scales like that.
Scales are pretty much open all the time.
Yeah, but I think what Gary's talking about is let the highway patrol, who's going to be out there, you know, they're going to be out 24/7. So yeah.
Yeah, right. You guys are out. You guys are smoking something. I could set this truck at 80 miles an hour in a 65 zone and zip down the highway and they won't touch me. I've gone by them and watched them. They're sitting there on their cell phone playing Pac-Man. Or
Tetris. It's all about Tetris.
Yeah. Gotta get that little square in the right place. Yeah.
Stick up.
Yeah.
no, I'm serious.
Congratulations, Jamie. I thought you already had a Texas license, or has always just been Pennsylvania.
Yeah, let our forward-facing camera catch us not stopping at a stop sign for less than 10 seconds, and you'll hear about the next day.
You gotta be
10
stopped
seconds,
for 10
huh?
seconds.
Yep, or the camera in the truck will record that, and they'll say we're doing unsafe practicing.
10
I'm sorry if I come to a
seconds.
stop and there ain't no one in sight. I know where the fuel pedal is on the right.
That's ridiculous there. I mean, that's as long as you come to a complete stop and everything, make sure it's fine to go, fine.
Yep.
Congratulations, Jamie.
Nice, Jamie.
Now you're official a Texan. But now, as far as Renegade, like I say, now on that trike and everything, I've been riding that Wide Glide for over 5 years, and man, I tell you, when I got that trike and everything, when I was riding it home, my first impression of it was, damn, do I have this thing sitting up on a trailer and someone's pulling me home? It was that comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, because on that Wide Glide and everything, it's got that narrow front tire, and if there's a groove in the road, yeah, that tire is going to want to follow it. On that Tri-Glide, nope. It was like, that was a bump? Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, like I said, that Tri-Glide, it is just so comfortable. And like I said, I had, when Chris and I went to DOA, I got the cruise control set, and we're doing 75, 80 going down the highway. I got one hand on the handlebar. I got my right arm resting on her knee and everything. I'm just kicked back, relaxing. Not a problem.
And just hope you don't hit a 2-foot deep hole in the highway.
If I see if there's a 2-foot hole in the highway, I'm going to see it. I'm going to maneuver around it for sure.
We got some certain roads down here. We got something you can lose the front end of a car in just about.
Oh man,
I
don't
can
even
believe
try to drive
Somebody
something
has
like
that.
that around Michigan.
Oh,
Michigan's
they got
got
it up
some
there in
road flow.
Oklahoma. But yeah,
You
I
can
mean,
tell when you get in a different parish on a highway down here, in certain areas, in South Louisiana, because hey, it's South Louisiana, North Louisiana. There's a lot better road foundation than in the South. But you tell when you cross parish lines, the highway changes. It's
Mhm.
either very nice, kept up, or it's a piece of junk.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Cajun, one thing that Crystal was wanting me to let you know about, we got another tropical storm there in the Gulf.
Oh yeah, but that's going toward Florida.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Well,
All right.
as of yesterday, when I looked at my Golden Triangle
Right.
weather page, the Beaumont weather page, it's called the Golden Triangle, and that's the best hurricane info you can get. Well, as of last year, this year they're not keeping it up for some reason. But they do have the Zulu time still up there. I don't know why the U.S. Navy, their tracking hurricane system is not on the Golden Triangle page this year. U.S. Navy's got an awesome. I used to follow that instead of the Hurricane Center. U.S. Navy is pinpointed. They have their own Hurricane Center and all that. Oh man,
Right.
I mean that they accurate too. Where they say that storm's going to go, you can take that check to the cash and to the bank and cash it.
Hey, David, how you doing? Yeah, like I say, I saw that and everything. I got the notification and everything. It's like, uh-oh, don't tell me we're going to have the Gulf Coast and everything get hit by another hurricane.
Yeah, it's going to go up Florida, and it's supposed. Okay, hey, David, call out. Last week, when that little rainstorm was down by the Panama Canal, okay, it was just a cluster of thunderstorms and all of that. They were looking at it at Channel 3 down here. The weatherman was saying, according to the National Hurricane Center, this is not going to even come close to us. It's just going to, they thinking it's going to cross the isthmus down there, the skinny part, Central America,
Right.
and go in the Pacific and die out. Well, guess what? It crossed Nicaragua. It crossed Honduras. It went over the Yucatan and Peninsula and came in Gulf and started gaining strength. Yeah, and now it's Mark or Marie or Marianne or something. They named it.
I can't remember. I don't remember the name of it.
No. So anyway, yeah, what was supposed to go in the Pacific is now up in the Gulf, and when it crosses Florida, it's supposed to gain steam. It never lost strength or nothing going over all that land. Nicaragua, Honduras, and all, that's quite a stretch of land right there.
Yep.
And it went over and like, man, this thing just don't want to die. And it's supposed to go up around the Big Bend in Florida, big curve there. And when it gets out of Florida and the Atlantic, it's supposed to gain strength.
Hey, Renegade, you take it easy. Appreciate you being here. And Mark,
Mark C., you have to bring that name up. Huh?
Yeah, well, I asked Maria today, and she said about 2 weeks.
What?
About 2 weeks, she'll make some more tamales.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, I'll get more of them then.
Johnny keeps reminding me, hey, my carrier's wife or mother-in-law, whatever, is from. Anyway, she makes homemade tamales. She was raised doing that. I'm like, okay. When you gonna tell her to make me a dozen, and I'll gladly pay her? He still hadn't reminded her yet of.
See, that's one thing about with Maria. Like I was telling Mark, I was telling Ed last night. The fact is that she is from Mexico, so she makes them like they do down there, not like a tamale factory here where they're on a production line. Hang on a minute, I'm talking here.
We have a
dirty dishes.
Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. I got to go to the store real quick and get some beer.
Yeah. All right. We have a tamale factory
Right.
in Swally over here in Louisiana. That was a town that was founded by Spanish people. Okay. And they opened up that tamale factory years. I mean, that tamale factory, I don't know how old it is, man. I want to say 100 years old or more or whatever. And everywhere you go, when you get close to Leesville up there and that area around Fort Polk and all that, that they even got a little tamale wagon up the road from me here now. Well, it's 17 miles probably. And not that far of a hop, skip, and a jump.
Right.
They were there. I just don't want to take a ride over there. And I can call the little store down there at the corner and see, hey, ask them, hey, is that tamale wagon out there? And they'll say, yeah, it's out here. Well, then I'll take a trip and go. But man, because they get, everybody in that area gets their tamales from that factory or homemade. Okay. And you can't
Right.
tell.
Well,
Oh, okay, man. Occasion, tell Missy I said hello. Missy, Miss Anna said hello.
but for me, like I said, now you've got like tamale factory. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're making tamales and everything, but they're doing it on a regular production line. When they're doing it 24/7, for the whole year. Whereas Maria, she is only doing it maybe once or twice a month. So she's making everything all fresh, by hand, small batches. Just like what a regular, Hispanic, person would be doing.
The thing I like about the homemade tamales, you get more of the inside. You get a little bit more meat than you do.
Right.
But now this one here in Zawali, you really can't tell the difference.
Right.
You can't tell the difference. And all their stuff, they don't ship nationwide and all that. They just, it's a small plant. And all the tamales actually stay in the area or go across the Texas border right there across Toledo Bend. Get around Milam, Texas, Crockett, Crockett's not too far from that factory right there. When you cross the Pendleton Bridge.
Right.
Over
And you said it's what, about $7 a dozen?
$7-8 a dozen, something like that. Yeah.
All right. Well, I Shaggy.
Well, Shaggy.
He must have timed out. But like I said, now for around here, yeah, it's $12 a dozen. And I'm going, okay, I don't mind paying it because I know the quality and taste, and everything. I'm paying for good tamales.
It might be $7 for a half dozen. Come to think of it. It's been a while since I bought some. It's been quite some time. This guy that was working for me in Tucson, Arizona. He was on the labor. I was a superintendent on this job site for my company, and we would use it was a company that was what they call them? You call them day laborers, but this wasn't a day laborer place. They screened all their workers.
Right.
They had a day laborer place, and all those were alcoholics and crackheads. And they would drink for their hour off or whatever, their lunch hour breaks and all that, man.
Right.
And they were chugging them 40s down left and right. This is an employment placement something. I know it's a fancy word for day laborers, but they mostly did a lot of secretaries, stuff like that, for corporations, big companies.
I'm trying to figure who's trying to call me this late at night.
Johnny Best? No.
The 484 area codes.
Probably a telemarketer.
I don't answer ones like that.
It's a temp staffing service. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of. Temp staffing. And okay, I just seen
Yeah.
Jamie for a temp worker. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Temp service. Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. But this company, Telemar, mostly did secretary, business level stuff, and then they incorporated manual labor. But they paid, instead of paying $7 and whatever it was at the time for uh, minimum wage. I don't even know what minimum wage is because I never worked for minimum wage in, I don't know, 40 years. Well, no, 35 years. Anyway, they screened all their guys. Okay, I mean these guys dress real nice and all that. I mean I'm not talking about dress nice like in a suit or anything for day labor, but I mean we hired people from that place.
Yep.
We actually hired people from that place.
Around here, they call them labor ready. They used to be called staffkins.
Staffkins.
Yep.
Down here they got one called a Minuteman service. Ready in a minute.
Yep.
Minuteman, and you got I forget the other one. But we just nicknamed day labor.
Yep.
One of the day laborers I had, temp staffing, his wife would make she'd make tamales and stuff like that. He was eating one day, and I'm like, "Hey, you eating, boy?" I'm like, "Tamales? Where'd you get them?" My wife made them. I'm like, "Dude, they had what we call the lunch lady, the taco girl. She'd come around in a pickup. She'd have little burritos. She'd have like refried beans and potatoes. Then she had a carne asada and potatoes. But she put more potatoes than meat in there. You can get, I think it was 3 of them, and a Coke for, like, say, $4 or something. Which was not a bad deal at all.
Right.
But she had too much potatoes. Well, when his wife started cooking, she'd wake up early in the morning and make all this. He had all that in his van in an ice chest, and everybody on the job site started buying from him. And the taco girl was looking, and she's like, So she walks in the trailer and gets with me. She said, "What's that guy doing over there selling food and all that?" I'm like, "I don't know, but competition makes the world go round. Well, I'm gonna talk to Troy, but Troy was there before me. I'm gonna talk to Troy." Troy walks out of his office and says, "Look, we don't have no say so over who can sell and cannot sell over here. You never asked us to come sell over here. You just showed up, off, outside of the construction zone, the tape line where you're not supposed to be. You showed up right there and never asked nobody, so,
Yep.
Hey, anybody can come here and sell. It don't matter."
Yeah. Mark, he would say he's got that 91 Coleman pop-up. It's got 8x8. Oh yeah, that's a decent size.
I've worked for one of those temp agencies before.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take my bowl in, and I gotta get a refill on some coffee.
All right.
So keep them entertained, Cajun.
Me and Brian went and got beer, so me and Briggs will do a song and a dance. Hey, Brandon's back.
Brandon, if you want to be in here, you better hurry up because I'm fixing to go in the house because no one can bring you up on panel.
His computer's loading up, so by the time you get back, he'll be ready.
Yeah.
I'll shoot him a link.
I did that once. I worked every day for over 6 months. And one day I got the flu. I was like 24, 25. And I called them and said, "Don't call me in for a day or two because I got the bug." They called me in that night anyways to go to a Meyer Heat Treat. I said, "Told you I got the flu." You want me to spread it all the way through that plant? Well, you're the only one we can call. I said, well, I ain't going in. And 3 days later, 3 days later, I was feeling better. I called him up, told him, well, we ain't got any work. And I said, you're advertising all over the radio. Well, you did call in sick.
Yeah, you called in sick, sure, but you can't call in sick a week ahead of time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And this one temp staff, day labor, not temp staff, day labor. I'm talking about the sleazy day labor.
She won't even let me coach.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is the same idea. You can go to the same place for a week or a month or get hired permanent, but that's the way it is. Same idea.
But their policy was, if you call in sick, you have to call in sick 3 days ahead of time. I'm like, what? Come on. This guy told me they laid him off. They wouldn't let him work anymore. He had to switch over to another company, another temp staff servicing, because he called in sick. Well, you don't know if you're going to be sick 3 days ahead of time. I mean, come on, get real. I mean, this company I'm talking about, this company needs to get real. So I said, what company are you with? He said, Telemar. And I said, all right, well, I'm going to get you through Telemar then. So I called Telemar up. We got a contract with him, signed the papers, and he got paid. He actually got paid better. He was making $2 an hour. He was making $9.50 an hour instead of $7.35 or whatever.
Well, I'm going to say this is like, let me see, 93, 94. And through the temp agency, I was getting paid $6 an hour. And if I was hired, and when I finally got hired through a Meyer Heat Treat, I went from $6 to $12. Like, boom, overnight. Like, wow, that's a big pay increase.
Oh yeah, especially when a company hires you. You stay long enough. Like I used to sign the guys' tickets for a week, a whole week. That way they didn't have to go to the office every morning and sign in. They had a weekly ticket. And what they would do, these guys, they didn't want to get paid every day. They got paid on Fridays. Now, most of your day labor places, them guys are going in at the end of the day with their ticket, and they want their check right then and there, which that's how it works most of the time. With Telemar, I would sign a week ticket for them, and they got paid on Fridays.
Yeah, they a lot of those places are kind of crazy. Like where I work, when I worked for that temp agency, I had to at the end of the day find a supervisor, and most of when your shift was over, all the workers, the supervisor, everybody took off. You had to run them out in the parking lot, get them to sign your pay vouchers so you can get paid by these people, and they had to be signed every day because you got paid every day.
Yeah, well, I would do weekly. For one or two guys that I had, I would do weekly. And those were the two guys we actually hired. They didn't have to go sign in every morning at their office, their hall, whatever they call it, the hall. Sure wasn't a union thing. Oh, Mater, Brian's backstage. He accidentally kicked himself out.
All right. Yeah, I saw that, and I saw Brandon sitting there, but
I got too many things plugged into my USB port, so I take one of the phones off that's charging, and all of a sudden it decides to kick me out.
Oh, okay.
Brandon.
What's up, Brandon, my little brother?
I got to work late so I can get to Ray's tomorrow and do some work at his place. So I gotta finish up the deck.
So what are you working on tonight?
Mower deck for Craftsman. I'm finishing it up.
A craftsman?
Yeah, Craftsman.
Make him big, mate. Present it.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's got on the bench. Oh, a deck. Okay.
Yeah, he said he had a motor deck.
I didn't understand what he said.
Oh, clean that wax out of yours.
It's gone.
He ain't got that. Ain't wax. That's hair.
Yeah,
He's got more hair in his eardrum bride than he does wax.
probably so. Yeah.
So what's wrong with that mower deck, Brandon?
It's almost done now, but it was the typical issue with the idler arm causing the deck to stay engaged. So I replaced it, so now it's all going back together now, so it can go back on the mower.
Oh, it does
Well, I
say
know for
MTD
me,
on it.
Mine, biggest problem I ever had was not wanting it to engage on that Arians, and I just got in there with some PB blaster, sprayed everything down, and worked fine.
This part that I'm at, this shoe right here, costs more than the rest of the parts for this. This shoe costs almost $50, and she wanted a brand new one.
Damn.
I don't blame her.
Krista said, I heard the Roadrunner. Who is it? I don't get that. What Roadrunner?
Probably could
Oh,
have built.
that-
Probably could have
That's
built
on
one.
her
out of
phone,
10
not
for-
mine.
Probably could have built one out of 10 for $15 and charged her another $15 to build it, and it would have lasted forever.
Yeah. Yeah, the only bad thing about those, though, Brian, when you make them out of metal like that, if you hit something, they don't flex like the rubber.
Uh,
That's why I love the commercial guys that has the metal ones, take them off.
Yeah.
They tear off a lot of fences that way with those.
Yep. Hey, sweetie, the Roadrunner's on your phone, not mine.
I thought somebody seen Roadrunner in the chat. I'm like, what's Roadrunner at? I don't see him up
No, I wound up letting her know about that, the app and everything for different notifications. Where, like on my phone, how I've got the Dixie horn for notification, and then
there. Yeah,
my
right.
ringtone is it's Danger Zone. Okay.
Oh.
So I told her about that app and everything. So on her phone, she's got it set up where if her phone's ringing, it's Mimi, Mimi, Roadrunner.
BB Roadrunner. We have a friend of ours in the coin community. His name's Roadrunner.
Yep.
Patrick. Yeah.
Now I tell you what's real funny is I like having fun with the wait staff over at Denny's. I'll walk in there and sit down. It's like, you know, they said, "What do you want?" I go, "I want a Plymouth Roadrunner on steroids."
Hmm.
And it's like, "You want a what?" "Yeah, I want a Plymouth Roadrunner on steroids." I go, "We don't have that on the menu." "Yeah, you do. It's on the menu."
Huh.
And I haven't yet had one figure out what I'm talking about until after I show them to them.
Well, we don't have Denny's down here in my area. So what is Plymouth Roadrunner on their menu?
It's a Super Bird.
Oh yeah.
Super Bird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, is that like a nickname for a chicken dinner or something?
No.
It's what Richard Petty won all his races with.
1970. Yep.
Okay, what is the meal on the menu?
It's a turkey sandwich.
Okay, all right, turkey sandwich. All right.
Right.
I was
But,
thinking chicken, but
No.
turkey sandwich. All right.
right. But the thing about it is, like I said, you know, now your Plymouth in 1968, Plymouth came out with the Roadrunner. Okay.
Yeah, the car.
Right. So you had 68, 69, and 70, and of course you had the first one. But 1970, you know, this was after Dodge came out with the Daytona.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the winged, you know, they called them the winged warrior. Okay. They had that pointy nose and the big wing in the back. Okay. Well, the Charger, there was a Charger Daytona for 69. So 1969, Petty actually he went over to Ford. So what the guys at Plymouth did, they say, hey, we want you to come back. And Petty was going, give me one of those Dodges. But they were going, hold it, you're with Plymouth though. So they actually did the same thing to the Roadrunner, what Dodge did to the Charger, and they call it the Superbird.
The only difference between the Superbird and the Daytona was the nose.
Right. It was, well, the Daytona, they actually, the nose is different on the Daytona, and the wings even different. It's a totally.
Hey everybody, it's Ed the O-Tech guy. Hi Ed.
Hey Ed, how you doing, mon ami?
Hey, yep. Hey guys, it's Ed the Old Tech Guy, and tonight we're gonna make spaghetti.
I gotta mute myself because I'm about to move the mower up on the workbench. Or up on the table, lift table.
Yeah. And yes, I've already got the, actually I don't, but Crystal got the chicken out for me to get thawed so I can make spaghetti part 2.
Okay, yeah, because I was wondering last night, where's part 2?
Part 2, well, there was a part 2. I just didn't videotape me eating it.
Excuse me.
Okay. Rusty tooled hot dogs, anyone? Yeah, and that's not burn on that hot dog. Missy said I like the burn, you know, and my mother-in-law, she likes her hot dogs kind of blackened on the outside, you know, when I barbecue. My mother-in-law loves the way I barbecue.
Hey, they're not burnt. They're just
those are not burn marks from the fire on that. That's just the freaking old rust from the pliers that you use to hold a hot dog.
No, that was actually a burn from the fire.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, only in the middle of the hot dog where you're holding them with the pliers.
No, that was from where the flame was hitting it.
Yeah, the rust caught on fire, huh? Or the oil. The oil, grease, whatever on those pliers, you got it on that part of the hot dog, and the fire heated that up first, and it caught a fire.
It was just adding extra flavor to it.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what I told Missy.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. Don't anything wrong with it.
You didn't. I guess you didn't see the video, huh, Mr. Briggs?
Yeah, I saw it. He dropped one hot dog down the flames. Had to go retrieve it.
Yep. I was going to cook one last night, but the only problem, we didn't have any more. They don't all been gone.
Did you eat that hot dog?
You heard me say it, didn't you?
Yeah. That's it. No, that's what they're probably thinking. Did you eat that hot dog? Well, oh yeah, I ate it.
Yeah, I did. I even went back. I cooked. Actually, after I shut it down, I cooked 2 more.
The right way.
Same way.
You actually use those pliers to turn them hot dogs over, and the after you shut the video down and cook the other 2.
Yeah.
No, what you need to do, Maynard, next time is take a pair of channel locks and a nail and turn it around with a nail in the channel locks.
Well, I was thinking about using my other ones.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little tetanus with your hot dog.
Hey, I do have my little pair of channel locks I could use.
Yeah, I've got a miniature setup. No, I'm talking about a miniature. I've got the miniature channel locks also.
The only thing is, I probably have to do it like this to grab them with.
Now that's a wide, that's a wide jaw span right there.
Yeah.
He's 19. He don't need a vacation.
I know.
This is my one-size-fits-all oil filter wrench.
Yeah.
The heck? Yeah, I hit cash back. I don't need cash.
Right, you're good.
But actually, what I should have done, I'm going to put myself on solo here. What I was going to say is what I should have done, I should have used these.
There you go.
And these are actual Crescent wrenches. This
Sorry.
is by Crescent.
Crescent brand, yeah.
It's a Crescent brand. They got a little seasoning on them.
Uh-huh. I can imagine. Hey, Mason.
Eh,
What's up, Mason? But yeah, I will be having part 2 of cooking spaghetti, and I'd say in about 2 weeks.
ah,
Cook
that
me
felt good.
I want cooking me some Texas style tamales.
Tamale.
Yep.
Never liked tamales.
I like them. No, Ed, I use 2050 synthetic.
Beer batter and onion rings. Sounds good.
But now, if I really want extra flavor, I use the Red Line transmission fluid for motorcycles.
Is that a yard man?
Well, it looks not crap. It's a craftsman.
Craftsman?
It's a craftsman.
I thought I seen yard man on it.
No, it's a craftsman.
Okay.
It's a craftsman.
Why does everybody associate Craftsman as a brand? It's not a brand. It's just a store label.
Right.
A store label, a brand, what's the difference?
Because there is difference. That's nothing but a glorified MTD made to die.
AY, American Yard Product.
No, not that one. Not
They
all the
went back and
Craftsmen were.
forth. AYP made them for a while, MTV made them for a while, AYP made them again for a while.
Yeah, they weren't all made by American Yard Products.
But now, like I said, in about 2 weeks, I'll be cooking some tamales Texas style. I'll take them out to the state fair. See if I can win first prize.
We got more tamale shops around here than we know what to do with.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah,
We don't have any around here.
I can believe it.
I don't think we have one.
Between the shops and the people that make them in their own house, I mean,
Now
there's no shortage of tamales around here.
I can believe
we're
it.
big on pierogies here.
Yeah. Of course, I got a feeling Ed, he's probably got a whole bunch of tamale shacks up that way.
That and stinking fake Chinese. Oh my God.
Oh, I tell you what really got me was I went going to a little Chinese restaurant one time.
Mm-hmm.
Really good food. And it's like I went seeing one of the guys in the back that was cooking the food. I'm going, oh, that's why Chinese food tastes good. It is Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
We have this one Chinese restaurant here, and I swear you could. They were in the back, and you could just. I just got a glimpse. They had like a 50-pound bag of Uncle Ben's rice. They said, "Yeah, that's authentic Chinese."
Yep.
Right.
Hey Mason, as far as that belt, that shouldn't be all that hard to do because you're going to have your main drive. It's going to go. It should go to your turntable, but you should have like an idler in there. They just go around all three of them. I mean, they're easy to replace. Yep. See, that's what Ed was saying. Craftsman is licensed as a tool brand.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Stanley Black & Decker, they wound up buying them. That's why now you've got, you know, that's why you can find Craftsman in Lowe's and several other stores other than Sears. Because
That's right.
Black & Decker says, no, we're not going to just leave it. We don't want it being sold just here exclusively. We want to take it everywhere else.
Sears, the actual company, is basically non-existent.
Yeah.
Now, I tell you what's real funny is that, believe it or not, a lot of people don't realize that Montgomery Ward is still around as a catalog sales.
Good luck finding a store, but they are still around.
Right. They're still around, but no, you can't find a store, but they are catalog and online only.
Yep.
And that's what makes them fucking mean potato wedges.
And I used to work for Montgomery Ward.
You like potato wedges?
That's why, like I said, you know, my dad, he retired from there, and all his tools that he was getting, he bought them all from Montgomery Ward, and they were all Powercraft.
You don't know fucking food or fucking piece of meat? Man.
No, it's like J.C. Penney. Remember J.C.
Oh God. Monkey
Oh, yeah.
Ward. Remember Fedco? I miss Fedco.
Well, like this, I used to have a J.C. Penney riding lawnmower.
Yeah, but J.C. Penney also used to do automotive, and there's a woman they had her on YouTube. She had a car that had him. I can't remember. It's like she claims they had like 500,000 or 1 million miles. I can't remember. It's an old Ford Galaxy or Ford. I can't remember what model. But she wouldn't even let her grandchildren drive it. They had her on NBC News, and they let they wouldn't even let she wouldn't even let the guy doing the interview drive it. I think he drove it around the parking lot. But anyway, she had a lifetime warranty exhaust from one place, a lifetime shocks at another. But she had a lifetime battery from J.C. Penney, and J.C. Penney contracted with Firestone to honor that lifetime warranty on that battery.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember J.C. Penney used to advertise all the time on TV. Their battery sales and service and all that. Showed the guy actually just putting the last half turn on the battery with a wrench, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember them old J.C. Penney commercials.
Yep.
Yeah, but they advertise their lifetime guarantee, but most people don't keep their car on the road for 55 years. They're probably there was probably a J.C. Penney executive someplace saying, "Will this goddamn car die, please?"
Well, that's the other thing. Nobody ever holds on to receipts either.
Yeah, that's right, Ed. Sears, their Craftsman brand or Kenmore or whatever, Sears department store never manufactured their own product.
Nope.
All of that was, like you said, licensed out. And
their hand tools they did at one time, many years ago.
No, Sears never made their own tools. They hired there was a third-party company making the tools for them. They never did.
When they first started, I believe they did.
Nope, sorry. Nope. Too many people gonna disagree with you on that one now, Mr. Briggs. Never did. And it states in there, look up the history on Sears, they never made their own product.
Nope. There
was a Sears foundry. There was a Sears tool foundry in Elmira, New York, in the 1920s. Building's still there. It says on it right on the front, Sears Tool Foundry.
Well, it might be a tool foundry that they actually contracted someone to start making the tools and everything, and they put the Sears name on there. But I can guarantee it was actually run by somebody else.
Says right on the building, Sears Tool Foundry. And what's left of the writing, but it's still there.
Yeah, I don't know. Once I started having the tools delivered to me, That was my days at Craftsman was over with. When a Snap-on truck pulled up, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, all right. I'm paying more, but this guy comes around every week or 2
You know what,
weeks,
though?
and something
You know
breaks.
what though? People say that, and I'm going to tell you right now. When you're using them day in and day out, Snap-on has just got a nice feeling to it.
I'll tell you what I like about Snap-on over the Craftsman. Okay, and my mentor when I was working at PHI, I was a mechanics helper.
Mm-hmm.
The mechanic I was under, I call him my mentor. Okay,
Right.
He told me this, okay, and he taught me about defined clicks in a tight area, like on a 1/4-inch ratchet and all that.
Yep.
You don't have that much space on a helicopter when you're working on them engines. Okay.
Well, you don't have much space when you're underneath the dash of a car trying to work on it either.
So the ratchet, you're gonna get a few more clicks out of it than them 32 clicks. Okay. Now he told me, which would you carry around every day? He says, here, what you do with your Craftsman. Take your Craftsman box, put X amount, this, whatever, tools in it, and I'm going to put the same tools in my Snap-on. Okay. Yeah. And we're going to weigh them. If you're a mobile mechanic, like you do sometimes, Boot, he said, and he was a mobile mechanic too, beside PHI on his off time. Because we worked 7 and 7 for PHI. We had worked 7 days on, we stayed there, and then we had a week off, just like offshore work. And then other crews would come in. That Snap-on, all them Snap-on tools, the exact same tool, sockets, the ratchets, 1/4-inch, 3/8, 1/2-inch drive, everything to do with that. We had that, we weighed it. The Craftsman weighed like 11 more pounds than the Snap-on. Yeah, Snap-on tools lighter than the Craftsman. A lot of people don't realize that,
Oh yeah.
And just as tough. Snap-on was lighter and tougher.
Oh, I put cheater bars on my wrenches, where a lot of wrenches would just, the close end would just, snap open and be over with, and I just, put a cheater bar on. The only reason that I've ever swapped out any of my Snap-on wrenches was because after 10 or 15 years of using them, the open end would kind of stretch a little bit or get worn out. So I'd have to warranty out. But otherwise, I have broke sockets. I have broke sockets. So, I ain't going to say sockets are, unbreakable. But I had a relationship with my tool guy that if I needed something right away, I could call him, and usually within the hour, he'd be there to swap it out.
All right. Wow. Now, I was going to say that for me, when I worked for Montgomery Wards years ago, man, I started off with just a little 2-drawer Craftsman toolbox that was, your basic, hand tools.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, I didn't have any air or anything like that. Everything was all hand. Man, I got in that shop and everything, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing the Snap-on guy showing up. I see the Matco Cornwell, and it's like, I'm looking at these tools and everything. I'm going, damn, these are nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I got on that Snap-on truck, and it's like, really, I could tell they were a lot better quality than the Craftsman I had. But they were also the higher price too.
Yeah.
About 3, the Snap-on ratchet was about 3 to 4 times more expensive than a Craftsman.
Yeah.
And now I did get a Snap-on set, and I think at that time I was looking at about $1,200, and that was for your basic beginner mechanic tool set. And but like I said, now they were good, but I had top box and everything. But man, it was costing me out the wazoo just to keep, making payments on it. And I was at that time I was only making $4.99 an hour. Of course, we're talking also 1985. When
Yeah.
gasoline was still 79 cents a gallon for regular.
I got lucky. My first Snap-on guy, when I first started in the business, he had repopped a guy's toolbox, repoed it.
Right.
He was looking to offload a lot of the stuff. I couldn't afford the toolbox. I already had a Matco box at the time, but I got a gazillion tools. I think it was like $2,400. I think for everything, and that was all the hand tools, wrenches, bunch of sockets, some air tools. I mean, just a whole variety of stuff.
Dang.
You know, he figured it all out. It was like about $9,000 worth of tools, and I got them for like $2,400.
That's not a bad deal at all. Every now and then, I'll go to my pawn shop here, the only pawn shop in town,
Mm-hmm.
and Tommy don't care. Okay, he'll buy a box of tools from
Yep.
whatever, and when they don't come get them, he just dumps all the sockets out. He don't care if they Craftsman, Snap-on. He don't
Right.
care one
Right.
bit. And I go looking for the Snap-on and the Craftsman socket.
Mhm.
Now, I don't care if I got 3 of them. I'm still gonna buy that Snap-on socket
Yep.
for a quarter. A quarter.
Yeah.
That's like the pawn shop. I got a pawn shop that is down in Corsicana, which is about 22 miles south of me. And they, you can walk into any pawn shop and you're going to see, where tools are. You're going to find all the bins where they just throw all the oddball kind of sockets, wrenches, whatever into. Man, there's times I've gone in there and I will spend an hour going through, just sorting out. I'll find the ones, that stamped China on it. Nope. And I'll go through there and I found Craftsman sockets. I haven't found any Snap-on, but I find the Craftsman ones. Okay, if I find it, I might have 2 or 3 of them. Okay, that's fine. I'm still grabbing out all the Craftsman tools. I've gone up there with probably 20 sockets, I think an extension or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
$5.
Yep.
Yeah, like $5.
Oh yeah, you just because they still have the warranty.
About 10.
Cheapest one is.
And those guys know what they're got. They know it's Craftsman, so they know it's a good quality, but they don't charge an arm and a leg for them.
Right. I'll go into. It seems to be a popular thing around here for guys to pawn their scanners. It used to be timing lights. It used to be the digital timing lights from Snap-on and stuff. Now it seems to be the big pawn item will be their scanners and stuff like that. I'm like going, wow.
Yeah.
How do you do your job? How do you
Scanners
do your job?
scare me. Buying a scanner at a pawn shop kind of scares me because I've heard horror stories.
Man, well, when I walk in there and there's a Snap-on Veris or whatever Veris or something in there, I ain't scared of that. As long as it powers up, I can just go to my Snap-on guy and have him, update or do whatever I need done to it.
Yeah.
As long as the screen's not broke, the buttons work, and it fires up, I'm good to go.
I've heard stories of some about people pawning scanners that they still own and Snap-on freezing where they wouldn't work. I don't know. I never had that, but I've heard horror stories.
Well, if I ran into a situation where I was questioning the ownership, I could just call Andy and have him run the numbers on it.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, 1985 made her. I paid less. I paid my first brand new car back then. I bought for $6,900 brand new back in 1985.
Yep. Hell, I remember back then, I could go around and buy used cars for like $200-300.
Yep.
Now you can't even get them even interested for that kind of money. You're going to be spending at least $1,000 or more.
I remember buying old Volkswagen. Well, my first Volkswagen Bug I bought for $25. You know, you could go around and buy running Bugs for a couple $100. Now everybody wants to see thousands for them.
Hell, I ran across a couple of them one time sitting out in someone's yard. One of them was actually upside down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen them there a couple of times when I was driving by. I didn't have time to stop. So finally, I made the time to stop, talk to the lady, went over and looked at them, and she goes, "Hey, if you want, come get a trailer, haul them off. You can have them."
Damn.
Yeah, just haul them off. You can have them.
Yep.
My first new car was a 1985 Ford LTD LX with the 302 and the 4-speed.
Yep. Well, I was going to say, about 2 years ago, I went to an auction. They were selling a whole bunch of stuff. They had pallets upon pallets of Volkswagen engines, transaxles. They even had bugs, complete bugs out there. They had one pallet, and I'm not kidding, $150. I had 3 engines sitting on it. $150, and it had 3 complete engines and transaxles.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, that was 2 years ago. I mean, the bugs are going for like anywhere from $400 to $600.
Yeah. You can't buy one up here with no floor pan less for that much.
I mean, these are complete, running vehicles. I mean, there was some. I think the cheapest one, I think, was $300, and it didn't have an interior or glass, but everything else was there. I mean, they start the thing up.
Yep, you should have bought it.
I wasn't interested in them.
Good, sold it.
Well, I could have, but I didn't have the extra money to buy them, and I didn't have a place to store them. That was the problem I had. But there was one thing at the auction. I wish I'd gotten there sooner, because it sold, I think, for $900, and it was a complete mini Sprint with extra engine. I could probably picked it up for about $1,000.
If I ever find one, I want a Volkswagen thing.
You want the old German staff car?
Those things are thousands.
Yep, the one with the. I want one.
Yep.
I want a convertible Volkswagen thing.
Yeah, that was based on the German staff car.
Yeah, I know. I want to put a Subaru Boxer motor in one.
Why not go with the Corvair Spider motor?
I don't know. I like the Subaru.
Yeah, the Subi motor is the way to go.
Those Subaru motors, their parts are cheaper for them, and as long as you keep the timing belt changed, those damn things will run forever.
True, but the only thing is that the Subaru is a liquid cool, whereas with the Corvair Spider, it's air cooled, just like the.
I don't want air cooled. I want heat. I want AC. I want reliability. I don't care if it's authentic. I'm looking for the car itself with a modern motor in it.
I mean, if you're going to go with an air-cooled motor, I mean, why go to something so difficult as the Corvair when you can go to a Porsche 6-cylinder out of a 911 Targa?
Exactly, but I'd rather the Subaru Boxer motor back there, and they're basically a modern version of the old original Beetle motor. Only they're air-cooled, a water-cooled instead of air-cooled. They're the same principle.
Yeah, it's still a Boxer 4-cylinder. I mean, now the Corvair one, it was just a 6-cylinder.
Yeah.
And my dad was telling me about some guy that he actually took one of those Corvair Spider motors and put it in a Bug, and he had no problem pulling the front tires off the ground.
There's a guy around here that took a Volkswagen Beetle and dropped the entire drivetrain from a Subaru Justy in it. It's basically an all-wheel drive Bug.
we had a when we used to race up in Hemet, which is about an hour and a half north of me. There was a guy that used to come out there. He had put he had a 9-inch Ford rear end in it. He had a 454 in it, and he had a couple little. He had a couple 2-inch tailpipes coming out right where the Beetle tailpipes used to come out at. You could close the hood on it. You would, I mean, just to walk by it, you really wouldn't know there was anything under the hood.
Yep.
It was an insane little bug.
I actually have a. I don't
The thing
remember
was-
the name.
The
of
thing
the
wasn't
magazine.
super. The thing wasn't super fast because it was basically a 454 truck engine with a
Right.
TH400 behind it. So I mean, it was fast considering the car weighed nothing compared to the
Yep.
motor and tranny. But
Well, Brian, I remember, like I said, I've got somewhere still to this day. I've got it's. I think it's by Peterson Publishing, but
Uh-huh.
it was a list of all the different cars people have swapped engines on, and 2 of them were actual VW bugs. One of them, someone put the Corvette 327 in the front and had the complete drive line and everything. You'd never know about it. And the other one, the guy, he was very creative,
Mhm.
and he found a whole bunch of used suitcases, and he got them all cut and everything to sit in the back of the car,
Right.
the back seat and everything, and he had it all insulated. But that is where he had the 350 Chevy engine
Yep.
sitting. And I mean, there was no drive line at all. It was basically transmission, and it was just the universal joint hooked directly up to the rear end.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what, Jamie? The best thing I liked about 9-inchers in my race cars was if I had an issue, it would take me about 30 minutes to swap out the center section. I had it down to about 28 to 30 minutes to swap out a center section and get back on the track, as
Yep.
compared to a 12-inch or a 10-inch Corporate or a 12-inch or a Dana. You know, Dana, you have to have a stretcher, which I've got that. I've got a stretcher to stretch out the housing to get the center section out of it, the pumpkin and all that. But I mean, it was if you ran into an issue with a 12 or even an 8.8 Ford, you know, if you ran into a problem with one of those, your day was done.
Yep. You know, and the one thing, you know, that, you know, I know a lot of guys that, you know, at the track I go to, they like to have that Ford 9-inch. Okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, I look at them and I'm going, okay, how much are you paying for that and everything? I mean, yeah, you can get all the different gear ratios and everything.
Well, you know what they say. Takes
Yeah,
a million to
but-
make a million in racing.
Right. But the simple fact is that 9-inch, it comes in, you got 2 pieces to it, too, okay? Just for that center pumpkin, you've got 2 parts to it. And to me, I'm going, hold it. I love the Chrysler 8 3/4, just that one little pumpkin,
Mhm.
and it's very simple and everything. And you're only talking 1/4 inch smaller. And yeah, Chrysler, they made 2 different cases and everything for it, depending upon the pinion and everything, whether it's tapered or straight. I'm going, I have no problem finding those. And
Well, I have no problem finding. I can go to the junkyard all day and pull third members out of 9-inches all day long.
right,
I mean, that's what I used to do. I didn't, you know, everybody was like, oh, you got to have the nodular pumpkin. Like, I never ran a nodular pumpkin in any of mine. I ran a cast iron pumpkin in every one of mine. I mean, and I could build them for 1/4 of the price that you could build anything else besides the 8.8. But the problem is the 8.8 is a game, you know, it shuts your show down once you have a problem with it.
Yep. And I tell you, the one thing that I found real funny is when I was racing, is out there at the track, the guys running the GM cars. You see them out there running and everything. They'd be beating and banging, and all of a sudden, it's like you see the rear end just drop down. There goes the tire, brake assembly, and there goes the axle.
Yep.
Because you got that little C-clip and everything in there. Now, the one thing I loved about with the 8 3/4 is it's bolted on through the at the right behind the brake housing.
Right.
I mean, your backing plate for the brakes and everything. That's what holds your. You have to take those out. Pull, that way, before you can pull the axle itself out. So you actually got a lot more strength and stability right there alone.
Yeah, with the 9-inch, I mean, you don't even take the brake backing plate off or anything. You take the 4 bolts out, slide your axle out, or slide both your axles out, take your drive shaft off, take out your nuts, and pop it loose, and out it comes.
Yep, that's the same way about it.
I don't even use it. You know, I use ultra gray silicone on it and seal it up, let it set for 15-20 minutes, and fill it back up and get back out on the race.
That's the same way with the Chrysler 8 3/4. Yeah, pull your tires off, pull your drums off. You got that hole right through the axle. It's big enough to put your socket and everything through there. Go in there, pull the full. You got 4 nuts. Pull them off. Slide your axles out maybe an inch or so. And like you said, drop your drive shaft, take the nuts off the housing. That pumpkin just drops right out. Then you put your another one in there, bolt it all back up. No problem.
Yep. And the other nice part
I remember I had to rebuild the rear end of my Buick was expensive.
The other nice part about the 9-inch is I could call Strange Axle and give them the exact dimensions of the axles I want and however many spine, and within 2 days they'd be set on doorstep.
Yep, and you can tell them, whatever length you want them too.
Yep.
So, and that's the one thing I like about the 8 3/4. It's the same thing. It's the same setup as the Ford 9-inch, but then there are drawbacks to a 9-inch over an 8 3/4. I mean, both have their good points, both have their bad points.
Yep.
And it's just,
that's right, Jamie. You can, because of how popular the 9-inch is, you can virtually get any gear ratio you want. I mean, you just from anybody. I mean, just about everybody that makes ring and pinions, they make multiples of ring and pinions for the 9-inch. I mean, my Mustang, I had my street tires and my street gears, 305s, 356s, whatever I wanted to run.
A small town.
And my track, I had 456s. I ran a spool for mine, which with slicks and it's cool. Everybody knows how wonderful that is to turn around a corner, but
pop, 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 pop.
Yep. I just didn't want to spend the money on a locker, so.
Yep.
Welcome back, Adam.
Yep. Welcome back, Adam.
Hey, I got a question for Adam.
For me, and Brian, for me, okay, now you're drag racing. For me, I was dirt track racing.
I can't get on my phone.
So for me, we couldn't, put a spool or anything like that in there.
Right.
But they did say one thing we could do. We could actually go in there and actually did it and welded up the spider gears.
Yeah.
Just went in there with a nickel rod and just filled in a couple teeth and everything on the spider gear, and it locked it up. And I tell you, now that did make a big difference.
Yeah.
What's Cajun wanting to show here?
Let me hit play.
What in the world is that?
It's a Jeep.
Well, I know
watermelon. This guy bought a watermelon from you. That's a Jeep. You got an S model or something. And he's got it looking good. He's got it looking good. Hey, let me show you. Let me get you
kind of defeats the purpose of a Jeep, doesn't it?
Well, that guy right there, he was a tinkerer, car builder. He has his own frame. Well, not frame. All right, when you buy these old roadster
Yeah.
frame benders, okay, you get just that one particular one, okay, and he builds these cars and orders brand new engines, puts them in there, does all the fiberglass body work and all himself, so he can make them look different, okay, but it's the same actual frame. And he makes good money doing that stuff. He was just tinkering around with a Jeep one day and came up with that. Everything was off, but a lot of that was handmade, but made to fit. But that was a cool looking Jeep. You see that going down the road, like, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what Jamie needs to have to go rock crawling with.
No, not with all that expensive fiberglass work on there. No, not that one.
It lasts for 2 seconds.
Do it.
Yeah, I've never understood the point of buying, when they understood the point of buying a 2-wheel drive Jeep. I'm like, you're buying a Jeep. There's a purpose. For me, if you own a Jeep, there's a purpose,
Well, that was a 4-wheel drive there.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, no, they do make Jeeps that are 2-wheel drive. Yeah. My son bought one and he regretted it. Right? And he traded it in on the Trailhawk, the one like Jeep and John's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son had the Trailhawk. We buried that thing. We buried it. I got a video on it. It's not published, but I can show it. We buried a brand new Trailhawk. I was gonna say something earlier and I forgot what the hell it was.
You'll think about it.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. It's something you just reminded me of what I was going to tell Jude last night, but I forgot to mention it to him. You know how he was saying last night that about that kid going to getting adopted by the Chicago Bears?
A kid getting adopted by the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, because they don't beat anybody.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, I should have said, hey, don't forget the Chicago Bulls.
But they don't beat nobody either?
Nope, they don't beat anybody either.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I was typing to Ed, Ed the old tech guy. Yeah, next time I go there, I'm gonna spend a little time going through all the sockets and see what kind of snap-on I can pick up for you, Ed.
Oh, you almost got in trouble, Cajun.
Why?
Because I had all the lottery numbers but one. And I was like, bro, you almost had to go dragging for a week.
Wait a minute. You got all the lottery numbers but one?
It was take 10 or whatever the hell you want to call it. You got to have them all to win big. I only won $100.
You must be talking about a pick 3, pick 4, pick 5, because the other one, they ain't got 10 numbers in the lottery.
Ours are take 10, something like that. Quick draw, take 10.
Get it out of gear, Brandon.
Okay.
It's out of gear. It's just got flat.
I told a buddy of mine what you said you were going to do, and he said, hell, he'd chip in our 100,000 just to see you do it. I said,
yeah, it'll work.
Hell yeah, do that for 100,000. Somebody be stupid not to.
Okay.
Come on, keep on
Yeah, I'll
going,
go find
Brandon.
some. I'll check those ribbons tomorrow and see if those will fit.
All this is gonna fall off the ramps.
I hope hope that dick don't get caught on the corner right
Hey,
there on
I'm
the way
gonna
down.
put
Well,
him
that's
on.
the problem. That's why I'm being careful.
He don't want you to. He don't want you to do it as a woman, though. He wants you. He wants to do
the other
something
way.
even
There we
funnier.
Keep going. Keep going. You almost got it.
We're almost there.
Hey.
Yo, a
Maybe.
ramp bell. Hey, Brandon,
How many
a
of those do we
ramp
got?
bell.
Hey, it's okay because it was already priced it off. Oh, that's
As long
loud.
as we got 2. I mean,
Ready
He
with it.
says you got to do something else for him.
Oh, boy.
Here. September, you go up. You need it.
I'll have to. I'll
Oh,
have to
2 per
get
inch.
my rivet gun, my small rivet gun in there, because I don't know if I've got a.
Hold on, Adam.
My straight rivet gun.
By the way, Adam, this is for my lathe. I contacted Craig and see if he could do it. He said he was too busy, and but he said honestly, it would probably cost me when I go somewhere else as much as I paid for the machine for the rack.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got it out of there. You say what had a flat tire?
Yeah, it has flat tires. I'm gonna slime it. I usually don't slime tires, but this woman ain't paying me enough, so I'm gonna just put a bunch of slime in her tires and call it a day.
I've been
That's how you
thinking
deal
about
with people
doing
that
it
don't.
on.
That's how you deal with cheapskates.
Yeah, I've been thinking about
Try
doing
transmission fluid.
And the tire.
That.
Yep.
That's what Rick said. He should have put transmission fluid in there. It'll seal up them cracks.
Hey, Henry from Mowers and Blowers has been using tranny fluid now for 3 years, and he's had great results.
And the tires.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Look up Henry's Mowers and Blowers and type in
Okay.
tranny fluid in tires.
Yeah,
I think
well,
he puts like 8 ounces in the front, 8 ounces in the front tires and like half a quart in the back, and then he spins them around and blow. And he's actually had some tires that actually held air for a month, and they're still up.
I don't like him. He made some political post on Instagram. I don't like him. He's a liberal. Sorry.
Yeah, he's funny to watch. There's a lot of liberals on YouTube.
Could always get some of that Flex Seal and
Right.
that sprayable kind. Could always spray the inside of the tire like that. I know Musty did it on one of his one time.
I gotta count these teeth. Because if it's gonna cost me another $600, I might as well sell this lathe and find a bigger lathe, 12-inch lathe. Because this 6-inch lathe was a little too small anyway.
You're bragging how good it was too.
I wasn't bragging. It has its issues.
Probably why you got it so cheap.
And $600 ain't cheap, really. With no tooling.
It's like my Buick. If I took that to a place like Texas, Arizona, or California, I'd probably get 10, 20 grand out of it. It's only worth about $5,000 up here.
Hey, Adam. It's like 7 teeth per inch.
what's going on with your lathe?
The rack's been messed up since I bought it, and it's getting worse. So the teeth are messed up. So when I'm machining some, it hits one of those broken teeth, and it causes it to gouge a gap into or gouge the piece I'm machining.
Is that what is that? You talking? Is it the one of the gears in there?
No, the rack.
The rack for the gears. It's the pinion and rack for the carriage to ride on.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the problem. He's got the rack itself is got some bad teeth in it.
I can't move it, but I have to do it like this to get it past this. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I get past this.
okay. Can't you find one? Can you
Hey,
find
we're
one?
looking for one.
So this must not have been a popular model of It's just one piece, Adam.
Yeah, someone's actually coming to look at my father's old lathe, that Harding Brothers DB59 for 500.
How big a lathe is it?
Yeah, what is it? 12 inch?
I can't remember. It's a Harding DB59.
A Harding, Harding.
Harding Brothers. You know, Harding.
Harding Brothers. Okay, what's the model number?
DB59.
DB59 lathe. See what Google comes up with.
Let me see if I have my tape measure here. I don't know whether Adam, do you have a email? I think it'd be easier for me to be able to email you these specs and stuff.
Oh, was it a DV? V as in Victor or B as in boy?
V is in dog, V is in Victor.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, Mater.
Yeah.
My phone's dead. Remember that email for me. Save it somehow and send it to me or something.
All right, hang on a minute.
Because my phone is dead. My brother-in-law borrowed my charger last night and didn't bring it back, and now it died. Just died. It lasted for 2 days. Not charged on the charger.
All right, you said you sent me an email?
Yeah. Or I said save Adam's email.
Oh.
Because I can't save it because my phone is dead. I used the blade the other day to make a hole bigger in a washer. The washer hole was just a hair too small, so I stuck it in the lathe and used it to drill the hole out.
Excuse me.
Do y'all want to see the pieces that Rogers Fix-It Barn machined for the Argo?
All right. Well, Adam, you're going to be getting an email from me. That way I've got, your email saved.
I got the because I went to Rogers' place today and picked up the pieces he machined for the Argo for the oil filter adapter.
All right. Yeah, so Brandon, his phone died and everything. So, yeah, Adam, that way I wanted to. I just sent you an email. That way I've got yours saved in my phone. So Brandon,
Yeah.
I've got his email saved.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pull that carriage and that rack off in the next couple days so I can measure it good.
Oh, I know how to get it. I know how I can get it to you.
Yeah. I love my lathe, but man, I don't know about putting another $500 into this machine. I can justify another $150, but another $600. I don't know if this machine's worth it.
All right, there you go, Brandon. I just sent it to you in Messenger. That way, you've got it that way.
Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna be shutting this down soon because I gotta get in there, be able to take my shower, and I gotta get to sleep because it was rough for me getting up this morning, getting ready to go to work.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to go to Ray's tomorrow. We're cleaning up scrap.
You don't run on lithium batteries?
Do what, Briggs?
You don't run on lithium batteries?
No, I'm still NiCad.
I think that's a 6-inch chuck you got on yours, Briggs. I think. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that.
Hey, Brandon, you see what Adam says about that rack?
Yeah, see, now that price I can justify, but another $600 I just couldn't justify. For another $600, I might as well just sell this machine and buy a decent one. For some reason, this Craftsman model wasn't as popular as the other Craftsman Atlas lace.
Well, I mean, you thought at the time it was a decent, purchase and everything. So, I mean, you didn't know at the time. Now, like
I think it's still better than a Hazard Freight one. A Hazard Freight one with the plastic gears and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not a very good machine, and they're tiny. I mean, have you seen it? Mine's small, but it's bigger than a Harbor Freight one.
Oh, yeah. I can already tell it's much bigger than the Harbor Freight one. Because the Harbor Freight one is what, maybe 2 foot in length total?
Hey, that's no problem, Adam. I don't mind trying to drill holes.
I mean, it'd be something if he can get you one that, say it's longer. I mean, you can always cut that down and drill the mounting holes in it.
Yeah, that's what he was just saying. You don't have to drill the mounting hose in it. That's all.
Yeah, I got the old one as a template. It makes it easier to drill out the hose.
Yep.
Hey, Brandon, where'd you get that little marsh buggy at?
The what?
That marsh buggy. We call those marsh buggies down here.
Oh, the Argo?
Yeah, we call those marsh buggies.
Oh, I've been working on that for almost a year now. That's a total restore for a customer.
Yeah, man. Those down here are the snits. Okay, you can go in the bayou with them, climb up you can go in the marsh, in the bayou, back in the marsh. You can go
The only problem is
everything.
they're kind of slow.
Yeah, they slow, but they get you there.
This one actually has a little spot where you can put a little small outboard motor on it. On the back.
Hey, Brandon.
So go faster in water.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what are those engines that Mark and Ed run on their pulling tractors? That's what the Color Commands?
Yeah.
Command Pros, yeah.
I found one of those. It was a Color Command, I think 18.
All right, that's what Ed runs. He started with an 18 and turned it. He put a 30 horse crank in it, and he got 20 out of that with that. But that's all built up. Okay?
Right.
Racing pistons, all that, and everything.
Right. Well, all I know is I remember seeing one. Hang on, let me. can't remember where I found it. I think I know where I found it at. Let's see.
That's what I like about those Kohler commands. You can get a lot more horsepower out of it.
I'll be right back.
Carburetor.
Well, all I know is I want to find one. I think they were wanting like $75 for it for a complete engine.
Yeah, but does it run?
That I don't remember. Let me. All right, yeah, okay. There's a Kohler command. There's a Kohler Magnum. Oh, I can't remember where I saw that one at. I know it was a Kohler V-Twin 18. There it is. Now there's one there. Kohler Command Pro 19. The hell, they're wanting like $500 for it.
All right, I got something to show y'all that ain't even been showed on my channel yet.
Uh-oh.
So that Argo, that Vanguard, the oil filter was in the way of the belt. So, with some help from Rogers Fix-It Barn, he made me some of these adapters, and one of these adapters mounts right here to the block of this the filter, and then with fittings, this one goes to the block, and then it just connects with hoses. And now it has a remote oil filter that's out of the way.
That'll work. So how do you, okay, so Brandon, so I see the nipple and everything on that one goes to the block. How's that hook up to the filter?
No, so this one, I got more fittings. This one goes to the block like this and sticks out. This fitting right here hooks to the hose. There's two fittings on each of these adapters. And then just a hose run between both of them.
Okay.
And then that makes it a remote oil filter. This has never been even seen on my channel yet. I just picked these up today from Roger. He machined these for me.
That'll work.
So that'll get the Argo back together.
I know you'll be glad when you get that thing going.
Oh man, I'll be so glad to get it gone. It's been here since February.
Yeah, because I remember when you picked that thing up, because I actually came down and was looking at that thing.
Yeah. These things are so seized. These master cylinders are so seized, I don't think they're saving them.
Have you run up through the ultrasonic with some
Not yet, but if that don't work, he's out $160 a piece on those. But, I mean, he's out a lot anyway. He's going to be out. He's already been out almost $1,000 in parts. It's going to be over $1,000 in labor by the time it's all said and done. That's one of those jobs that it ain't a cheap job, and that's what's taking so long. It's a full restoration.
Right. Well, I mean, a full restoration, you're going to pay the money to have something like that done. I know for a fact, like my duster, okay, when it comes time to have that thing restored, I know for a fact that I probably, when I take it to somebody, okay, I know I'm probably going to be looking between $25,000 and $30,000 to get it all done. But it's going to take a while. I know it's going to be worth the money. It might cost upwards of $50,000. Now, I guarantee you, that car is not going to be worth $50,000, even though I'll have that much sunk into it. But
Yeah.
the fact is that it's going to look like, to me, because I'd like to have it look like it came right off the showroom floor.
Well, see, I need to reword myself. When I say restoration, I'm not doing the body restoration. I'm just a mechanical restoration. So
Right.
all its drive components, everything is being redone.
Right. Well, I know you
Mechanically, it'll be like new.
Right. Well, I know you said you were going to get some of that. What's that stuff you get at Harbor Freight? Evaporust.
Yeah, I get mine from Tractor Supply. It's a lot cheaper at Tractor Supply.
Hey,
is it?
I got 15 into my Buick, and I know I couldn't get that out of it.
Right. So you can get Vaporust over at Tractor Supply now?
Yeah, it's cheaper. No, they had it way before Harbor Freight did, and it's cheaper. You just gotta know where to look for it.
Well, I knew I knew Harbor Freight had it, but I didn't know Tractor Supply had it.
Last time I bought it at Tractor Supply, I bought it for $14.99.
That's cheap.
Yeah. Briggs, you said you can bring that Buick down here and get 25 or 30 for it in the South.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in the South, but not up here.
You got these guys. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Cruising the Coast in Mississippi. They go all the way to Alabama. They didn't used to. It was just in Mississippi. They started off down by Waveland and went all the way across to Pascagoula, and they would stop every so often, during the weekend, and they would have the burnouts and the flamethrowers and all that with the spark plugs and the tailpipe, and they run their carburetors rich, and then they flip that switch to get that spark plug to light up, and they throw flames out the exhaust pipes. That's pretty wicked right there. And
Well, it's
have
like
the burnouts and all, but you go down to Mississippi, you advertise that car like Duran, you bring your car Duran Cruising the Coast, you'll sell that car in a heartbeat. All them rich guys down there, man, that's what they live for.
Well, my car ain't the most sought after Buick.
What kind of Buick you got?
71 Buick Electra, Park Ave.
Electric. Deuce and a quarter.
Yeah, 455.
A 225 Buick.
Yep.
Wow. Damn, I ain't seen one of them on the road in quite some time.
Hey,
It's
Brandon,
my
you're
battleship.
Right.
That's
$22.99 Tractor Supply.
That is a comfortable riding
up now.
car. They were so heavy. That's a comfortable riding car. Oh yeah, that thing would sell down there.
No, but like up here, I mean, most I get is $5-6 grand.
Dang.
I met the people
What do you
who
think
have
costs-
back in Russ. They're good people.
What do you think costs more, to get the car painted or the new vinyl top?
Vinyl top.
Yeah.
Wait. Was that a question?
Yeah. What do you think costs more, the vinyl top or the paint job?
Is it a hard top or a convertible?
It's a
They
hard
make a
top. Right?
convertible. Yeah,
They made a convertible in '71, I think. I don't know.
they did.
Mine's a
Okay.
hard top.
So you had the vinyl on top,
right.
like, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, probably the vinyl.
Yeah. Even the I peeled the vinyl top myself off because I ain't paying them $700 to take off a top. I could do it with a putty knife.
Whoa.
But I took the vinyl top off. I welded in a couple of patches to fix it and sanded it down. The only thing I let it into holes on the fenders because you couldn't find any fenders for it. I put on one new quarter panel. I found a new quarter panel for it. One new quarter panel. The other side was still decent, just had surface rust, and the doors had no rust, just surface. I wet sand it, and I had the whole car painted first, and the vinyl top done last. But oh yeah, to find the original vinyl top material that matched it, that was like $2,000, then another $3,000 to have it put on.
Damn. Boy, they took you for a ride.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. Well, you wanted it done, so you got it done.
Well, guys, I gotta go to bed. Early day tomorrow.
Yep. And this is
Yeah.
a 5-minute countdown. 5 minutes to go.
The original vinyl top that was on that's is an odd material because it's
I'll talk to y'all later, guys.
All right, Brandon, take it easy, bud.
Bye.
most of them were most of the original vinyl tops on those cars were like real soft and supple and you could push in on them. They had padding under it. Mine don't have no padding. It's basically just glued to the top.
Yeah. What?
And it looks like
You fixing to kill this, Mater?
Yep, because I got to get in there. I take a shower and get to bed early tonight. Because like I said this morning.
All right, well, let's see. Let's see if I go live. Brandon, I know he's not going live.
Jamie was Jamie was already saying if you go live, she'll be there.
Yeah, okay. Brian.
Yeah.
You gonna join in? You gonna come up in the panel?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Gonna
Gary?
mail me the link.
Yep, sure will. Let me go ahead and start setting that up.
All right. All right,
All right,
Mater.
well,
have a good night.
look, okay. But, all right, I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna kill everything. And it's gonna be on my Cajun one, Cajun side,
All right.
not the Boo Luquette side. Okay. All right.
All right.
I'll see y'all. Y'all give me like at least 10 minutes to set up because I got to go from here to there to copy, paste. I got to get my monetization on and all that. That takes about 10 minutes, something like
That'll
that.
work.
You know?
All right.
Adam said he'll join, so does Gary.
All right. That'll work. All right. Well, what I'll do, I'll just let me go ahead and do this right now. Okay. Let me mute myself.
Yeah, because
Hold on. I think I have enough time before you shut it down. I'll put the link
well, hurry up.
straight to the YouTube. Straight to the YouTube part of it.
is
But
this
I'll
a
send the link
replay
to you.
every time you do that? It's like Maynard's going, hurry up, and then blah blah blah. It's like a repeat every week.
Right. Yeah, that's the way we like it too.
Who's we? You got a mouse in your pocket?
Probably.
No, in Cajun, he'd have if that man reached in and pulled out a crocodile off his pants pocket. It wouldn't surprise me. A baby crocodile egg.
I don't think I'd want to see that.
Well, it's just a crocodile egg. It's not that big
Yeah.
of a deal.
Yep. But yeah, like I said, for me, I got to get up early in the morning because we had a guy out today and everything still at work, and so here I'm doing my normal stuff, and I have to do his job, and then everything else. And
You guys are probably having the same problem we are up here. Help wanted signs all over and can't get anybody.
well, we've got people, but they're calling in sick. And so far, it's only the second day of the week for us at work.
Ain't that the way it
Yeah,
always
everybody-
works?
Yeah. But hell me, you got a 3-day weekend. So I was like, yeah, they show up on the day after the holiday. That way they get the holiday pay. Then they're out the next day. That sucks. But that's okay. I mean, I'm still going to have a 40-hour plus week and everything. So I ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah. I've seen that, Gary. There's places around here that do that. I mean, it's like, wow.
Oh yeah, it's like now they just stopped $300 extra a week here in my state. and people are complaining. It's like, hey, they got to end this event, that extra money eventually, you know.
Yeah. I still see people posting on YouTube, or not YouTube, but on Facebook. Screw that, giving, the sign-on bonus to people that are starting to work. Give a damn bonus to people who have been working through the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
If someone has worked all last year and they've not, been, if they have not gone from job to job, if they stayed at their job the entire time, all this crap's been going on, give them a bonus.
Well, you're gonna love this job, and believe me, if this job was posted and you're down and you weren't working, you probably, I don't know, you might even they're offering $20 an hour to be a gas station attendant. You sit in a building and you take people's money and just turn on a gas pump, and you sit in a chair. That's all you do. It's a little tiny building with heat and air conditioning, right? They're offering that job right now, $20 an hour with benefits, with a $2,000 sign-on bonus.
Well, you better take it now, because now that they've cut out all those unemployment benefits, I know here in California, all those hospitality jobs are all going back to basically minimum wage, because people are now out searching for jobs.
Yep.
Oh, I know I don't need a job, but I'm just saying, if I needed a job, it's 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday, 1 week, and then the sign says Monday through Friday 1 week, and the following week it's Saturday through Wednesday, and then you get Thursday and Friday off.
Yeah.
I mean, but who's gonna bitch about that?
I would.
$20 an hour to sit in the building and take people's money. It's like today I went in there and got gas. They had got a woman in there, and I wanted to prepay inside, and she said, "Well, you can put your card right in the machine." I said, "I've already been scammed that way. I had people steal my debit card information from the pump. They got those skimmers on the pumps." And I said, "Nope."
Yeah, around here on base,
Hey,
on base, all that went away. Now it's pay at the pump with your card only. They don't have anybody at the little buildings anymore taking any money or cards.
Well, they do there.
Hey, Briggs. Hey, I'll put it like this. I know for a fact that not at the Walmart Murphy's gas station by me, but the one over in Waxahachie, they actually found a skimmer on the damn keypad right by the cashier.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if they did that, then one of the cashiers put it in there.
Possibly. But it's like, I'm going, really? Right by the cashier? Not the pump, but right there where everybody comes walking up to get stuff.
Oh, yeah, well, this building's all enclosed, so if they had one inside the building, then the cashier did it. Because you can't even go in this building. You put your card, and I went to do it, she said, "But that's a pain in the butt." And I said, "You're getting paid $20 an hour to sit there in a chair, and you're playing on your phone. And I'm asking you to actually work, and you're bitching. Maybe I'll go apply, and I'll take your job."
Right.
She gave me a dirty look, but seriously,
her a dirty look back.
What's that?
So you should have given her a dirty look back.
I did give her a dirty look back. I mean, but come on, Mayor. If you were retired and you were pumping gas, and they had a sign there, big sign there, $20 an hour with a $2,000 sign-on bonus paid after the first month, and you were retired and weren't working, and it was full time, and you could just do it for a month, get the $2,000 sign-on bonus, and then quit.
Right.
No, I mean, if I was retired and everything, and I didn't have to worry about it, I'd probably, do something like that. But of course, once I do retire, hell no, I'm going to want to be out there traveling, doing, stuff of my own.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying if you were 78 years old, you were too old to travel all the time, and you just wanted a part-time job, even at $20 an hour to sit in a chair and take people's money, I mean, that's what she does, sit in a chair.
Now, if it was part-time, I'd be doing something like that.
I mean, come on, anybody can do that.
Yep. All right.
20
I know,
bucks an hour.
I know. We're already past the time I was wanting to shut this down, waiting on Cajun.
Hey,
I guess I should have told him, hey, 10 o'clock, shutting it down. So if you're going live, better get it. There he is. He's finally got the link.
yep,
You
it's
out here,
amazing.
Cajun?
I'll see y'all over there. Blue
All
tie.
right.
All right.
Love, peace, crackle, and grease. Blue tie. Later. Bye. Out.
See ya. Appreciate you being here. All right. Well,
All
I'm
right,
going to shut
y'all.
this down. Like I said, that way I can get in there, take me a nice shower, and get to bed early tonight. Because, like I said, this morning, I was grumpy. Crystal had a hard time getting me to get up. I was like, no. Hey, Briggs, appreciate you being here. And I'm going to shut this down. That way I can get in there and get me a shower.
Yeah, I could smell you through the phone.
That bad?
Yeah, we got smell-o-vision on this side.
Yep. I appreciate you being here.
Yep, have fun.
All right. I'll see everybody later. God bless and have a good evening.